Welcome, 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 family. Welcome to the Holistic University Radio. I'm not sure if we have some music playing in the background, but if you guys can hear me, just let me know in the queue. Okay, hold tight. Coming in momentarily. Greetings, family. Welcome, welcome to the Holistic University Radio. Tonight, we have a very exciting and educational show. Tonight, we have a very special guest. We have the Venerable Reverend Dr. Phil Valentine. Yes, indeed, family. Definitely bringing the good doctor in. And then at 9 p.m., we have Street Hop with Sheen. We're going to be discussing the latest news in hip-hop, sports, and entertainment, but from a holistic perspective. We're just definitely going to go in tonight on a few things. Is Dr. Phil Valentine, are you in the building? Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, hello.
Greetings. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Holistic University Radio.
Thank you.
We're definitely blessed to have you here. We know we don't have all night, So we definitely want to just kind of go in. I know most people know who you are that are probably listening in, but if you could just give us just a brief introduction just of your background and what it is you do, and for those who might not be in the know, who is Dr. Phil Valentine?
Oh, there's a difference between who I am and what I do. At the moment, we can discuss what I do.
Okay.
And my calling has been in dealing with naturopathic healing for the last, nearly 40 years. I have been in the business of it from a very young age because of my own health condition that I had to reverse, or at least seek out ways to reverse it when it was not very popular. Natural healing was not very popular in our communities. So
I understand that.
I had, yes, and it was very interesting how I had to go through that. It's almost people who are in this or at that time period had to go through what we call the crucible. And we experimented on ourselves. We set up clinics. We set up places where we were trying to bring this consciousness to people. And it began to grow. More and more people began in the melanated communities began to pick up on it. And it wasn't much of a leap. It's just that we had to kind of become less faithful to the medical church. And we had to break away from that habit of looking to your doctor for healing. So what happened is I went and pursued my studies, self-study first, and then acquired my doctorate in hygienic science from the Life Science Institute of Texas, and finished it with the Fit for Life Science Institute College of Natural Health out of Canada. I'm also a doctor of metaphysics. I have the privilege of having been dubbed by a lot of the so-called secret societies as a grand master of the metaphysical sciences. So I have also have the privilege or distinction of being a hypnotherapist as well, a clinical hypnotherapist. And my mentor, Dr. John Henry Clark, called me a polymath. That's what his words to me was, and I had to go look that up. I didn't know what it was. But that's pretty much what I do. Who I am, that's a little private.
Okay, I understand that. Can you for the audience? I'm trying to work it out. I don't have my Google or my dictionary in arm's reach. What is a polymath, if I may ask?
A polymath is one who is versed in many subjects. I do a spectrum. I have, a very good memory of the over 3,500 books that I have read since I was 18 years of age. And I don't know what I know until someone asks me. And
I understand.
That memory comes back from all those years of reading. And back in the days, we didn't have internet, so that we couldn't cut and paste and Google to go and search for us. I had to go from state to state, library to library, to different places, and you had to go and seek out the knowledge. So I'm from old school.
I am as well. But I take full advantage of the technology. I definitely tried to kind of steer away from it for a while, but it kept coming up, and I was like, I'm just going to try to make this as useful as a tool as possible. And but let me get back into you, because me myself, I've been. I don't, as you know, and I know, I don't know you personally. We've never met, but I almost feel like I've known you because I've seen you for so long on videotapes, and when I was younger, people would bring me. Have you seen that Phil Valentine lecture? I would hear you on 89.3 here in Atlanta when you'd come to town. So you know, I've been hearing your voice for a long time, and you know, really listening to what you have had to say over the years. And I just had a few questions for you. One of them being, if you could possibly give us some insight on what is considered these days raw, or you know, not necessarily even raw, but just a vegan diet lifestyle. You know, dealing with whole food nutrition. And just give
So,
me your insight on that.
yeah, I've gone from all the gauntlet. I swing back and forth now in the fact that I have stayed for many years, fasted for many months at time, and I have gone back and forth. You know, I put on weight, take it off. I have not been sick for the last 20 years in my life. I have not had any flus, ailments. I've walked through epidemics. But the thing is, health is something more, a lot more than we're looking at on Facebook. It's not pecs or, you know, it's not beautiful curves and so forth, because people who come to me have the worst conditions and they got the best looking bodies. The health starts in the mind, it's in the brain, it's in how the mind functions and what it's capable of letting go, and what it's capable of perceiving of itself within that physical body. And I have taken on many different so-called renutrition programs. We don't call it diets because the first three letters in that word ending with a cross don't go well. We don't do diets because
most definitely. Okay.
And so what we do is we do nutrition or renutrition. We renew ourselves every time we eat. And what happens is that when we're eating, there are different ways that we can either change certain things into poisons or change poisons into foods. And we're getting into more sophisticated forms of alchemy. And what veganism and raw does is go back to basics. The problem is that the last 3 generations, maybe even 5 to 6 generations, have had their genetics so distorted by the different environments that we've had to put up with, becoming progressively poisonous, and the different stress levels becoming more and more vice-like on our psyches. Even the best people who are eating the best of foods are dealing with an environmental war that is somewhat, not all the way, somewhat negating what that type of eating style is supposed to gain them. And we're at a serious war. For instance, people who just want to deal with raw at this point, coming from a kind of diet that we have been accustomed to, and living in North America where the temperatures are way below zero, or at least feeling that way for a couple of months of the year, it's very difficult to keep a live diet because, for instance, if you're eating lettuce or any of those types of leafy vegetables, it has the propensity to drop your blood level, your blood pressure level. So it definitely causes your capillaries and so forth to shrink. So lettuce being part of the opium family with the milk, the word coming from lettuce from letu, which means milk, it definitely has an opium effect, and it sedates. It tends to drop your temperature. So eating certain foods that were meant for you to be living in tropical conditions while trying to follow through in unnatural, very harsh cold conditions when the body needs to make heat, there has to be compensations made, and our ancestors have found ways to do that. Of course, there are people who are raw foodists who say, "Oh, it doesn't bother me. I know how to adjust and know what foods to eat while you're in the winter," and so forth. But the average person are not like people like us. They don't do that. So you want to reach those people so that they eat the best and are able to repair themselves and recover from the winter. And that's the problem. We usually have problems in the winter. We seed our problems in the winter and then suffer through the beginnings of spring, as it begins to change.
Yeah, you definitely have to pay attention to those cycles.
Yeah, but as a vegan and as a vegetarian, you can shift back and forth. The body is amenable, it's pliable. But if you are eating, for instance, we have a product that I have investigated called Juice Plus, and the reason why I did that is because even as a vegetarian eating raw or eating as a vegan or as a vegetarian, I found that basically a lot of the foods, even if you go shopping to Whole Foods or any of those, you end up getting foods that have not yet been vine ripened. They've been picked before their time. So they could be organic, but all the people saying, well, I'm vegan, I don't need any supplementations. Well, a lot of times you're eating vegetables, even though they're organic, they've been picked before they have been vine ripened, and as a result, at least 70% of the nutrients that would have been in there are not there. Because, as you know, fruits and vegetables, when they are ripening, they receive at least 60 to 75, sometimes 80% of their natural nutrients when they ripen. And then you pick them, that's when you get it, because there's at the end, right at the point of ripening, there's a vast surge that the plant gives to those fruits because it gives its best during that particular time. But if it's picked before that, then the plant does not give its best, and we do not get the best from that food. So supplementation from foods that have been vine ripened and do not have GMO or any pesticides in them, supplementation on that level, or taking in more vegetables throughout the day in order to supplant, and making sure that you're getting vine-ripened vegetables, that's the best way as far as veganism and vegetarianism is concerned.
Okay. If I could ask also, because that was a lot of information, how do herbs fit into the paradigm of health?
Well, it depends. Yeah, it's a very good question. It depends on the herbs that you're speaking about. There are different herbs. There's nutritious herbs and there's medicinal herbs. And there's decorative herbs. It depends on what stage you're focusing in on. If you're dealing with medicinal herbs, then you're dealing with drugs. And a lot of people have taken to the habit of taking medicinal herbs and saying that, well, it's helping me to do A, B, and C. Of course, medicinal herbs are good when you're in a wartime environment. And part of the time we are in a wartime environment with all the pollution, mess in the water and the food they're doing in the air and so forth. But we do not, as hygienic scientists, we do not lead with any kind of ameliorative materials. And a drug, which comes from the word drug, which means to inebriate, it means to lessen, it means to sedate. So when you're dealing with herbs that have a drugging effect or any kind of palliative effect or anything you're taking that removes a symptom, is removing the actual healing process that the body has initiated. So any herbs you take, and the thing about it is, you can't say, for instance, pack your plate with red clover or pack your plates with echinacea and eat it as a salad. Because if people who are, really into the vegetarian lifestyle would understand that even in your Bible it said that the herbs of the field were made for the animals, and that it is the fruit of the trees that were made for humans, not the herbs on the ground. It's only when we began to descend to the level of animals that we began having to deal with herbs. And that's the reason why. If nutritive herbs are what sustain you and keep you in health, why would you shift to something that takes the life force and robs you of your life force just like any other drug? So food itself, or nutritional herbs, or nutritional herbs used medicinally, those are the ways that we deal. That's the way our philosophy works.
Okay. That's definitely interesting. We had a guest last week, and they were advocating a high ostrich meat consumption type of a diet.
High what? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
High ostrich meat. And I had the same response. But I just wanted to know if you had any insight on that, because I had never heard of this. You know, I know you can, you know, people eat, you know, all types of animals. But, you know, just in your opinion, what could something like that do to a person, if you have any information on that?
You know, if you have a market that you're opening and it has a commercial imperative behind it, you'll find some good in anything you're ready to push as a commodity or a product. It's just the same kind of ways that people who bottle certain things like noni and these other types of juices, it's very deceptive what they say. Why? Because they do not deal with product-specific information. Product-specific information, when you're bottling a product, you're taking the information that scientists find from the fruit and applying it to the bottle, the byproduct. When you have gone through taking the juice or changing the fruit from its natural into a product, then you go through all kinds of pasteurization, homogenization. None of what was in the fruit in its organic state is in that bottle, but you could say that and make the people believe that what's in the fruit is in the bottle. Well, anybody going after an ostrich and trying to take it down to eat must have some kind of ostrich farm, and people who they have now consigned or brought on board, scientists who are willing to take a paycheck to write up whatever they can for, in other words, you know, what they call a bought and paid for product pusher. And, you know, we just happen to have some letters behind them. But listen to this. Understand that anything that is dead that was organic, or any of higher life form that was dead, essentially the life force that was in it is gone. And if you think that you could reprocess the proteins that it makes in order to create itself, it's nonsense. You cannot take a cow, kill it, cook it, destroy every enzyme it has, and think to change the protein that it created from its own amino acids from eating grass into the amino acids that make the proteins in you. It's nonsense. So if you want to break down any animal and try to break that animal down in order to get whatever nutrients, little nutrients it has, know that animal protein is the most difficult protein to digest in the human intestinal tract.
Okay. I appreciate that. I would also like to ask you, I know it's, at this point, it's been overkill, but what is the role, you know, in your opinion, what's the role of melanin and, you know, its relationship to health and how it fits into the picture?
Yeah, well, that's a show on by itself as far as melanin is concerned, and melanin is in everything. We as melanated entities, we need melanin in our foods. We can't eat white foods. White foods are dead food. There are certain fruits that have a white composite, like the soursop that I was raised on in the West Indies. There are certain foods that you bite into, but they turn into melanin. You open them up and they start to brown right away. If you're taking in refined foods, or what they call refined foods, white foods of any kind, then your body itself begins to sacrifice color and nutrients in order to digest and get rid of it. Black people have certain enzymes, if they're healthy, in their digestive tract that actually converts color to energy. We are the only ones that can actually convert color. So black people need to eat a range of colors of their foods: reds, yellows, greens, blues, purples. Color is essentially everything, and the melanin that has taken on different shades of pigmentation from the black is what helps to sustain us on all levels, all 7 levels, and those 7 levels being the 7 physicalized levels of the chakras. So we need to eat color in order to maintain color, and on top of that, the more color and melanin that you're blessed with, the more sunshine you need. So the more melanin you have, the more you must be in the sun in order for it to convert properly. Now, sometimes when you have too much melanin in your system and you do not eat properly, it means that you do not convert iron well enough. And so when we're in what we call a slave cuisine that we have been dealing with since slavery or since the captivity, black people have not been able to convert the iron into their bloodstream as well. That's why you see them get hooked up on the 40s, or the melanin needs to get that rush to be able to process the iron and therefore to bring that oxygen to the bloodstream. So, okay, there's a lot of this in the background. Somebody must be in.
Oh no, that was my son. He came in. He wanted to give me a hug real quick. Sorry about that. I'm definitely listening.
Yeah. So as far as the melanin is concerned, melanin-rich people must eat melanin-rich food. We cannot eat white food. We cannot eat dead food. We have to eat as much live as possible, as much color as possible, and we must be out in the sun to get as much of the 7 rays of the sun's colors, the white light spectrum, as possible to feed our melanin, to spread that melanin so that it secretes the proper amount of melatonin at night that helps us to sleep and keep the kind of real mellow disposition that peoples of melanin hue have. People who don't have it, Europeans, white or pale people or melanin deficient people, are agitated in their, they have a secretion of too many. A woman by the name of Lana Cantrell, who was a European, breaks down why Europeans drink alcohol so much at the time. You notice in their movies, they're constantly opening up a scene in the movie by them sucking down some kind of alcohol. Well, that's because they cannot process what they call ferrous iron into heme iron, and that the alcohol helps to keep the oxygen flowing in their bloodstream. So they have a pathology that keeps agitated constantly, which is why they are so fond of war and agitation and constant stimulation. And we've become addicted to their way of living and their perception of reality. And so we've adopted that. As a people, African peoples are really mellow. We don't like to, go into fighting or doing all kinds of crazy things. Melanin keeps you mellow, actually. That's where the word came from. So we do not feed melanin properly, and therefore we do not teach our children how to eat properly so that their genius, what melanin translates from the light codes into our intelligence, that is no longer something that we pass on to our children. We put them in front of the TV so they could suck down some of these different colored water full of crap. I don't know. They sell it only in black communities. But if you notice, every, I would say, generation, the potato chips get saltier and saltier in our community because the last generation, their taste buds have become so depressed by that drug, the salts and the sugars, that they need to hype it up even higher and put more sugar and more salt into the foods.
Okay. I want to take this quick second just to, I want to thank Abundance Child and the Abundance Internet Radio Network for having Wholistic University. I meant to throw that out there in the beginning, but I didn't want to forget that because it's important to definitely put a platform here for us. We're trying to bring the people the best information that we can bring to you. If I could ask you, because one thing that you are known for, and I haven't heard anything recently, I haven't necessarily been looking, but do you have any insight or anything that you might want to say about the new Pope, by any chance? Just briefly. I'm not trying to get we're on limited time. I understand that. So I don't know, a few words about what's going on with that situation.
Well, the new Pope, everybody should not be very, all happy about any change because the Vatican needed to clean house. It's got so much filth. Now we've found that there's over 300 senators, the popes, Obama, and all of his children. All of them have a slush fund to the tune of nearly $1 trillion in the Vatican bank. That just came out. And the reason why Ratzinger actually was told he had to leave was essentially because he was part of that underground network of bankers that were paying out of that slush fund to make sure that the Catholic interests around the world were kept up through the United States government and its military. So you have, I mean, you should see the levels of people that they had in that slush fund, your boy Obama being one of them, and Michelle, and all their children. Everybody got a slush fund to the tune of millions of dollars in that Vatican bank account that's put in there by the wealthy, the super rich, to make sure that they stay on their side.
Just wanted to make a quick disclaimer. Not my boy, but continue. When you said Obama, your boy,
well,
I was just wanted to.
That. Yeah, that's, your boy is the slang, the old school.
No, I know. I just wanted to state for the record. I was just putting that out there. Yeah.
Okay, sure enough, duly noted. And what I was saying actually is that there is the Ratzinger himself, he was just the scapegoat. They needed to clean house over at the Vatican, and they used him pretty much as a scapegoat. He was hated already, so it was easy to get rid of him. Now, this guy they put in, he is a real doozy. He's a lowlife that you would never believe. This man was responsible for the murder of over 50,000 people in, I believe it was either Venezuela or one of those. He was the archbishop down there when the CIA took over. He's what they call the CIA's pope. And when they took over down there, he was the cardinal or the archbishop in the area when they put in the dictator, not in Venezuela, but I believe it was in Argentina. That's the place. And when Argentina was taken over by the CIA, it was he who orchestrated who was to take over. And now that they have him in the Pope's chair, the CIA feels very happy about carrying out the way they can. That's why you see all these predator drone strikes by the CIA. That's because they know that even in the Catholic countries, that a Pope who is working for the CIA or once worked for the CIA would not mind them going around doing what they're doing. So, yeah, he's the CIA's man in the papal throne.
Okay. And this is, I had a chance to stop by your website briefly. I had a meeting early, so I didn't get a chance to do as much research as I wanted to do before this call, but I looked on your website, and I just read a heading, and I didn't get a chance to press play. Like I said, I didn't have the time. But we have a segment on here that'll be on in the next 24 minutes, Street Hop with Sheen. And I just had that question for you. What happened to hip-hop? I noticed that was up there. I have no clue what it's about, but if you could,
Yeah, that was it was painful to watch. Something as joyous and as positive as hip-hop take the plunge it did when it was actually co-opted. And it was deliberately co-opted for the purpose of not only spreading drugs and destroying the positive turn of events in the society that it would have done because of the kinds of consciousness that was there to be heard. It changed because those in power saw it as a vehicle in order to control the flow of youthful energy. See, energy is essentially the number one thing that you wish to control. That's like money. Money is energy. Thoughts are energy. Music is an energy. And when it begins to motivate people to action, then the government sees it as a military threat. So what they did was they came together in California at certain meetings, and this is not the only place they came together. The Mossad, which is the Israeli intelligence, put together something called Interscope and elevated your boy, again, I don't say it that way, but Eminem, a known racist, to a place where he can have, and what is this, Emmys and Grammys and even the Academy Award. They made him into the Elvis Presley of rap. And so what happened now, rap got co-opted, changed, and they began to infuse not rap but hip-hop with rap. And they began to put the criminalization of rap, criminalizing the people they needed more people to fill the jails. Mm-hmm. So the people who were in place to sell the drugs, since they were going to go over in Afghanistan and take back over the fields, they needed the new drugs. They needed a place for the new drugs for whites as well as blacks. And they needed to fill the jails, to criminalize a whole generation so that they could fill the jails, so that they could get at what is known as your exemption priority account. Once they got you incarcerated by a 6x6, they can then go into your exemption, which is worth millions of dollars, and then take those exemptions that belong to you and fund city, state, and federal government programs. So the more people in jail, since they don't need you anymore because they've become automated, they don't need the surplus humans, the useless eaters and useless breeders, as they call us. So the jails are being built so that it's an incentive for those who have jails or who have the money to make jails to make money by incarcerating bodies. So rap was the conduit for that.
Okay. Well, that's definitely insightful. If I can, I just want to go to, because I don't want to waste too much time. I want to give the people a chance to reach out and ask questions if they have any questions or comments. We're about to go to the phone lines, calling from the 404. Are you there, caller? Caller? Hold 1 second. Let me see. Hold 1 second. Let me make sure my computer's working properly. Might be having just a moment of technical difficulties. 1 second. Hello, caller. Sorry about that. Is the caller in the building?
No problem.
Was anybody able to come in? I guess not. Hold 1 second. Let me. Caller. Are you in the building, caller?
Yes, sir. Hello?
Yes. Who do we have in the building?
Minister Enqi. Is this Phil Valentine, Lord Gabriel, Wholistic University Radio? We live, or we in the holding room?
We live. I had a small difficulty here, technically, but we're back in the building.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I wanted to ask about animals, and I know this might seem like it's a bit rudimentary, but trust me, it took me back. But there's a gentleman building an organization, and the proponent is if we eat an animal, we will take on the attributes of the animal. So what we should start to do is eat strong, fast-moving animals, and then we'll become a strong, fast-moving people.
Well, first and foremost, brother, the one thing you have to remember is you'll never become as fast as an animal, because an animal was made to run. They have 4 legs, and they are definitely aquiline, and they're horizontal. You're vertical, so you'll never run as fast as an animal. Even though you're fast, you can't run as fast as the fastest. Sometimes you can't run as fast as a dog. A dog can outrun Usain Bolt. So what I'm just saying to you is that animals that are on 4 legs, essentially, that thing about taking that person's spirit is ridiculous. You have your own spirit. In fact, your spirit is greater than the animal spirit and has a greater propensity to travel beyond its borders, beyond its design and its confines. So anything that they're telling you about you adopting something lower in order to become higher, that's the same as accepting Darwin's theory that you came from a slug.
Okay, because I had the same line of logic with the gentleman and his whole ideology, as well as his. And the only reason I'm concerned is because I deal with the health, and people come to me with this stuff, and I found a very strong similarity between eating animals to consume their souls and vampirism or cannibalism. So how thin is that line between trying to consume animal souls and, and just vampirism or cannibalism?
Well, it's the same. If you're eating any bloody thing that has anything to do with blood, then if you want to, you can do the same thing with humans. Anyone who eats a cadaver, the thing is that eating cadavers is just eating death. Thinking to eat death in order to get life is ridiculous. Your body was not meant. Your body was not meant. Your body was not meant to process flesh in the first place. The thing is, we are looking at a physical body, the human body, that has degenerated and has adapted to lower eating and habits. In other words, if you eat a certain way, you are going to adapt a body. Your body, being an adaptable instrument, will adapt to that eating pattern, but then, because it is not made for that, its life will be shortened. You have a longer intestinal tract than a flesh eater. Plus, you don't eat like a flesh eater. You grab it and you cook it, you season it, you freeze it, you do everything else but eat it when you have captured it. You don't even capture your food. True carnivores eat everything, bone, gristle, guts, everything. You don't do that, so you are not a true carnivore. So therefore, you not being a true carnivore, you are not eating, or your body is not geared or designed to take in the kind of nutrition that a true carnivore does. You eat fur, food, everything. You don't do that. So you are a frugivore by nature. And as an omnivore, you did that to survive. But your body is meant to take in and is meant to hold in food at a much longer period of time, because your alimentary tract is longer than that of a carnivore. And a carnivore, by the way, a carnivore is a parasite. So let's think about that.
Let me ask you about the karmic aspect. Being a metaphysician, talk to me about the karmic ramifications, if any, of constantly indulging in this death circle in order to feed, and because in the discourse that I had with the gentleman, it wound up lasting 2 radio shows on my network and on his network, and he was saying that because there are so many vegetarians now that they are stretching food, and that's why they're using GMOs. And my response was, no, it's the 53 billion animals that we have to feed the meat eaters is why we're stretching the food.
Exactly.
But just talk to me about the karmic the metaphysics behind eating that which we should be protecting.
Well, that's excellent. That's an excellent scenario. We teach the same thing, that just one hamburger takes up at least an acre and a half in order for it to be processed. So you figure we need to keep cutting down forests to grow artificial plains in order for more cows to be cooked and to be bred. So yes, there is a karma, an overall karma to the planet, because more water is consumed, as well as more unnecessary land, that you could feed more people with the land that they use the cows to graze on than you can with the food that that you're turning into from cows. It's the mathematics is insane. So what you're looking at essentially is karma, not only to those who are eating flesh and turning their stomachs into graves, because that's what you do with a cadaver, you bury it. If you're going to use your belly as a grave, then that's an immediate karma right there, But the karma to the planet, the extended karma to the planet, because that's not who you are, the extended karma to the planet is that you essentially are becoming the cancer that is being created in you based on what you are consuming. So what you are creating to consume is actually killing you, while you, by your appetites, are killing the planet.
Wow. That was an awesome answer and synopsis on the situation. And what do you think about our ability to be able to observe ourselves and move on our observations? And what I mean by that is we come up in a situation where, okay, we've seen the heroin in the 70s, and then crack hit, we've seen crack hit, but somehow there's still new crackheads. Like, how do you become a new crackhead in 2013? And how that applies to the conversation we're having is we've seen the cardiac arrest lead the community in deaths. We've seen the high blood pressure. We've seen the diabetes rip through the community. How do we continue to find new and clever ways to justify getting a Big Mac? How do we continue to find newer and clever ways to smoke a cigarette? Because I've seen a woman, and it just kind of summed up everything. Walking down 125th Street, she's walking up ahead, and she looked like an older woman, but she had the outfit on, and she just had that walk, and she was looking, she was just looking like, like Matthew Tahuti would say, the black woman is God, right? So I get up, and I'm walking past her. She stops to shoot the breeze with somebody, and as I'm passing her, I notice she got the big hole in her neck with the microphone, and she's still smoking a cigarette. She had a cigarette in her hand going. So that right there just summed up the whole mentality. Like, how do we get to that point where we see that we're poisoning ourselves, but we continue to do it? Like, that's just, so I don't understand. And that plays into other areas of our life, because we've seen alcohol abuse rip through the community. We know that most violent crimes in the country are committed in relation to alcohol abuse. But we still do these things. Like where's the disconnect?
Well, again, you're asking rhetorical questions. The reason why I say that is because the reason for what you are looking at is the natural progression of the degenerative cycle that happens when you begin to purposefully institute a system of governance and society that is degenerative in its nature. So you can't get a reflection. You get a good reflection of what a society is by its poorest and the ones that are most destitute. This society is coming to its end. It's the most decadent it has been since Sodom and Gomorrah, if you want to use that. But this is not new. I mean, this has been written about in all of the ancient societies, Kemet, Egypt, or Indus Valley, all of them included. It's all in their writings. There is a time when a society starts, there is a growth period, There is its teenage years, its adult years, then it goes into its wisdom years, and then it gets into its indolent years, and then that's when it's taken over. A society is conquered only when it is destroyed from inside out. It destroys itself. So it has its own shelf life, societies do. Those who are smart, like the ancient Kemites, they kept their societies going because they understood what caused it to degenerate. And only when it began to become more and more difficult from attacks from outside to do that, then it began to erode from inside, and then there was the natural collapse. Well, it didn't take long for America to do that, because those who wanted America destroyed, those who found a way that they could definitely get the world into their grip, those are the people I call the parasitic elite. Those entities now use the Federal Reserve and different commercial entities in order to enslave people, and they use wars. And remember, a society is only as efficient as its ability to make war. So the United States was actually created in order for it to make war on the world, and here we are. So now it doesn't care about its people. It's actually just caring about serving the interests. The people in the United States of America are nothing more than fodder, cannon fodder, to be used in order to keep the whims and the dictates and the goals of the parasitic elite in place. So that's all America is, and you begin to see that. The reason why they have $1 trillion budget for the Pentagon and you can barely get a couple of $1,000s for your school should tell you what time it is.
Oh, my goodness. And the school situation is getting worse by the second. They're closing the schools, and, you know, if we don't take this thing into our own hands, which has been the message from your generation on down and generation prior. And
let's go to the phone real quick. Let's go to the phone real quick before we have to go to Street Hop Machine. I just want to bring in, you know what I'm saying, possibly another caller, just get some other questions that we might be able to bring into the room. Caller, are you in the building?
Greetings.
Greetings.
Hello.
How are you doing? Welcome to Wholistic University Radio. What's your name?
I'm Andrea. I am calling, and thank you for the information that you're sharing. I don't know if this is on topic or not, or somewhat on topic, but do the Juice Plus, will that help with the eczema if someone deals with that?
Yeah, Juice Plus. Again, just the Juice Plus I was speaking about earlier, the sister's referring to. The Juice Plus is food. That's the difference. We don't deal with vitamins. A vitamin is poison. Vitamins are toxic. Anybody taking vitamins essentially are robbing their body of essential nutrients that the cells make in order to get that material out of the body. Vitamins are fractionated. They are not synergistically connected. Say if you eat an apple has over 10,000 nutrients in it. 10,000. But these nutrients may not be needed by the body until later on. So it's a synergistic relationship that food must have with the body. If you notice, I speak about the fact that eating is a form of communication between us, nature, and the Creator. That's the way that nature gives us information and keeps us in touch with the Creator by giving us the food that the sun has given to it, and the food that is raised by the sun's rays being the light codes being incorporated into the food. We eat it, our DNA learns it, and our consciousness picks up that information. That's what's missing from foods today. The Juice Plus, after me taking it for a year and experimenting on it, I have found that it is nothing but food, and it is fruits, vegetables, and berries. That's it. It's been dehydrated, the water and the sugar has been removed, and nothing but the enzymes of the fruits, vegetables, and berries. No GMO, no pesticides, and all vine ripened. So when I found that out, knowing that my people are not getting the kind of nutrition that is deserved, and they can get it for very inexpensive. It's very inexpensive, and we could talk about that if you're interested. This is what I promote into the community. The Juice Plus has all of the scientific investigations, all the research necessary to make anyone who might doubt what it is definitely a believer. And if you're interested in it, you can call me at area code 800-847-1291. Again, 800-847-1291. And by the way, since nobody is talking, I will just take this opportunity. My good brother, King Simon, who, of course, Abundance Child knows very well, I'm going to be in New York for Father's Day weekend, which will be, again, this June the 15th and June the 16th, Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, there is a private master symposium that is going to be held, and that location is secret and only to those who have rendered payment for it. The Sunday event will be held at the theater. I just got a blank on the National Black Theater in Harlem, and that will be on Sunday, June the 16th. Now, if you want to get any information on that, you can call Brother Sutan Simon. We call him Sutan Simon. He's known as King Simon. And you can get in contact with him through numbers 347-496-1022. And if you're looking for tickets in Brooklyn and in Harlem, if you wish to get tickets in Brooklyn, there is a store, Nicholas, in Brooklyn at 718-848-4400. That's 718-848-4400. And in Harlem, it's 212-289-3628. Again, 212-289-3628. Those are for tickets.
We want to thank you for that, and thank you for coming on our show this evening, Reverend Dr. Phil Valentine. Hopefully we can have you back soon. Again, thank you for coming to Holistic University Radio. We're going to go to Street Hop with Sheen. Sheen, you in the building?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, Doc?
Give thanks. Welcome. So what are we going in on tonight?
We're going to talk about, we got a couple of things to talk about tonight.
Well, let me ask you this, Sheen. Hello?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Because I know you got 1,000 stories, but I got to ask you this, all right, because you was talking crazy. Do the Knicks still look like they could beat Miami now that they got shook up in OT by Boston? That's number one. And number two, is Floyd Mayweather going to have a Buster Douglas night?
Well, I got to excuse my temperament. I'm a little upset right now, but had some things happen to me today. No, not nothing crazy, but it's just what I mean. For me calling in at this time, it was my mood ain't in it. But I'm here though. I'm here. The Knicks. I mean, it's one game. It's one game. That's all I can say is one game. I didn't see the game. I didn't hear nothing about the game until you told me. So I mean, it's one game. You take one game at a time. I mean, the Knicks.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. Yeah? Since you unclear on what happened, let me tell you what happened. Your man JR or RJ or WR, whatever his name is, he got taunted, right? He got taunted. Then he lost control of himself. He threw a flagrant elbow, got suspended. All right, and once he got suspended, the rest of the team lost their composure, and then it was time for the veterans to ease in there and do what the veterans do and late on in the game. So I'm saying if they can't keep their composure, I don't even see them getting past Indiana today.
Well,
and the second thing is
no. Let me ask you this. What's the numbers in the series?
3-1.
Okay, that means Boston got to win 3 straight games. Boston's not winning 3 straight games, Joe.
No,
they're not going to do it.
They're not young enough to do that.
So it doesn't matter how the series turns out. All that matters is that they're there at the end. So all rhetoric.
No, it does, because you know what? Miami is on vacation right now. They're relaxing.
That's cool. But listen,
air conditioned,
that's
spending
cool.
time with their children, their wives, all that.
Listen, brother. Listen, brother. That's cool. Miami played the AC. That's cool. Boston not no walk in the park. Boston there every year. They got 3 perennial all-stars on their team, man.
Right, but if they make it, they're going to be beat up.
That's cool. That's cool. Listen, these guys been there, done that already. This is what they do. This is what they get paid for. This is when dudes come to play at this point in the season. Miami coached through the first round as they should. They posted. They played the Milwaukee.
Tell me about. All right, so tell me about Mayweather and Guerrero.
That's just a dumb question. Come on, you already know, man. You come on. You talking about Floyd Mayweather, man?
Yeah. So he not gonna have a busted Douglas night? Because Cat just said he gonna have a busted Douglas.
Listen. You talking about Floyd Mayweather? Yeah. You talking about somebody that was born to box? That's like Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. Man, this dude was born to do what he do. Nobody can beat Floyd Mayweather. Nobody.
Okay, well, I got an interesting question this evening from a 10-year-old, and the question was, could Floyd Mayweather at his best beat Mike Tyson at his best?
Floyd Mayweather at his best, could he beat Mike Tyson at his best?
Yeah, I'll tell you what my answer was, but I want to hear what your answer is.
Absolutely not.
Hell no.
No way.
No. I'm gonna give you some reasons why. Mike Tyson's 5'11", 200 plus pounds. Now, don't get me wrong. They both grown men. I always look at it from that standpoint. A lot of people go into the weight thing and this class and that class. If Mike Tyson did something to somebody's wife, you got to fight Mike Tyson.
Hey, baby.
Right. So, no, but this is what I'm saying. Listen, you got to remember there's a weight difference. So what my answer was this. If Floyd Mayweather went up to Mike Tyson's weight, heavyweight, he would get crushed. But if Mike Tyson dropped down to Floyd's weight, it might be a different scenario.
Oh, yeah, completely different. Completely different because Mike Tyson don't possess what Floyd Mayweather possesses as far as defensive skills, he's a complete fighter. Mike Tyson is great, but Mike Tyson hit hard. He's ferocious, and he was intimidating.
I think he's easily the hardest hitter in boxing history.
He's easily the hardest hitter. Him or George Foreman, or Joe Frazier. All 3 of them. They're the hardest hitting dudes to ever fight. But I
think he got Frazier and Foreman.
Think he got Frazier? He might got Frazier and Foreman. Yeah, he might got something. Mike could knock him.
Muhammad Ali came on Arsenio Hall and said he easily got Frazier and Foreman.
Come on, Mike Tyson?
Yeah. I'm going to have to co-sign Muhammad Ali.
There you have it. I co-sign Muhammad Ali.
With that being said, if Mike Tyson would have dropped down from 200 and something pounds down to 140, he might have got washed.
I have to throw this in with Customato. I have to give it to Mike. Without Customato,
at 140 pounds.
Oh, that's good.
I'm talking about
Gabe got Gabe got a point. Gabe got a point right there.
But at 140 pounds is what we're talking about.
Yeah, listen, Customato, of course, all day.
Yeah, look, at 140 pounds, he's gonna be faster. I'm not saying he could beat. I'm not saying he's gonna beat me. He can't beat Mayweather at 140.
What you doing, baby?
Mayweather got too much. He got too much. But that's a good point.
I think if you go back and you watch tapes of Mike Tyson at 15, at 16, at 17, at 18, when we talk about quickness for his size in relation to Mayweather, just as quick, if not quicker. I have to say, any of his other trainers, except for the trainer that got him back in shape, the trainer that helped Evander beat him. If he was under that trainer who had the same kind of style as Customato, he might have a chance.
Well, I'm watching Guerrero fight right now, and Guerrero
Guerrero's nasty.
He in the chump, yeah. He get busy.
Isn't that the cat
No, I mean,
he put the
listen.
concrete in the gloves?
No, he put no concrete in the gloves.
Hey,
He got locked up going through the airport with
of
the ratchet just now, like 2 weeks ago.
none of those guys are chumps, though.
Okay.
But
No,
when you
Guerrero's
talk
nice.
about
I know what you're talking
Mayweather, when you talk about Mayweather, that's a different story, yo.
But ain't this like their third or fourth fight?
No. This is their first fight.
This
You
is
thinking
Mayweather don't
about,
have. See, this is the thing. Mayweather don't have no rivals, yo. They don't have no rivals. Everybody in boxing has a rival. Mayweather has no rivals because when he fights you, he make it look like you can't even fight, and you're supposed to be one of the top fighters. But he make the top fighters look like
I
they
just
can't
watched the
even fight.
Mayweather De La Hoya fight just now. It just went off.
Oh, that was crazy.
You know, this is the week now, so they're showing all of the Guerrero fights and the Mayweather fights to build it up so people actually think that it's going to be crazy. Actually, I don't know. I think it's going to be a fight. I just watched that. I just watched it because I just lost 18 pounds on the Minister Enqi diet with the Mama Tonic, so I'm coming down myself, getting ready for the heat. But I just watched the Danny Garcia and Zab Judah Saturday night.
Oh yeah.
Zab Judah still fighting?
Man, that shit was a fight and a half.
Danny Garcia from right here. Well, how Danny look?
Yo, that shit was a fight and a half. Because, they were saying Danny got what he had on the fluke punch. That he caught homeboy with the lucky punch and all that. But he proved that he deserved to be a champion Saturday night. And Zab Judah proved at the same time that he's still in boxing. He still got, he still got legs. He still got, he still got, and in fact, I say this, Danny Garcia won. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, like there was no confusion. There's none of that. He clearly won the fight. But Zab Judah proved that he's still easily at the top of his game, and he looked better. He looked more in shape Saturday night than he ever looked before. Because one of the problems with Zab Judah was that he always, after the 5th or 6th round, he's lunch meat. Yeah. He actually had a stronger fight Saturday night after the 5th or 6th round than ever before. In fact, I'm of the impression that had this been old school and went to 15 rounds, Danny Garcia might not have got out of there like that.
Okay.
Because it looked like looked like he was getting a little winded. Chin was, it looked like some different things, some different dynamics was taking place during the 11th round. Like he was raining terror on Zab Judah in like the 5th or 6th round. I ain't gonna lie, it looked like Zab wanted to cry. But by the 11th round, it looked like he went in the corner, took a couple of steroid shots, and he was punishing Danny Garcia through the later rounds. So it was a real good fight. It was a real good exchange. Both of them got to really test, their offense, defense. It was a good fight. It was a real good fight. Danny proved that he's a real champion. Zab proved that he should still be competing at the top of his class, So that was a good fight. I'm looking to see that same kind of thing, because I'm going to say this. You can say what you want about Guerrero, but Floyd going to have to go in there. It's like it's not going to be an Ortiz fight.
Listen, Floyd going to beat the man. Listen,
I know that. I'm with that. My money's on Floyd, but I don't think that it's going to be an Ortiz situation. Like he going to have to go in there like how he beat De La Hoya. We had to actually go in there and whoop De La Hoya ass. Like De La Hoya was hitting him in the, like he was getting hit hard. You know what I mean? I think he's going to have to fight Saturday night.
Who, Floyd?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he's
De La
going
Hoya
to just
Floyd
dance
fight?
in there and dance out of there.
Floyd fight?
Yeah, Floyd going to get hit with a couple of shots
The
Saturday night.
De La Hoya Floyd fight wasn't a good fight.
I thought it was a good fight.
He's talking about the Floyd.
Are you serious?
He's not talking about the fight coming up.
He barely was hitting Floyd Mayweather, yo.
Nah, he was in the early couple of rounds.
Man, he was pummeling.
Yeah, listen. Floyd get hit in all the early rounds because he don't watch film. After the early rounds, he don't lose no more rounds.
Right, because he's studying his opponent the first few rounds.
Exactly. So I don't even count them for. Listen. I don't even count those
De La
first
Hoya
round.
was 175 years old when they had that fight.
He was.
When he what?
De La Hoya was 175 years old when they had that fight.
Yeah, and he looked like 175 years old.
What I'm saying is this. Against every opponent, you can't take them first 2-3 rounds for granted. Like we were just talking about Mike Tyson. If you try to go in there with the idea that you're going to study Mike Tyson for the first few rounds, they're going to wake you up with smelling salt.
Listen, man, you talking about a dude that fought his whole career that way. You telling him he can't do that now? There's no, listen.
No, I'm not saying he can't do that, he can't win. I'm saying he's still going to get the victory, but I'm saying it's not going to be that simple because he hits hard, this Spanish dude here. So if you're trying to study him the first few rounds, you might be studying a swollen eye by round 3.
Yeah,
a little
but you gotta
blood on your lips.
Listen. You never seen Floyd bleed, first and foremost. Second of all,
he might bleed Saturday night.
Listen, yeah, okay. But listen what I'm saying. You got to be a sharp dude to hit Floyd, yo. Garcia not sharp, yo.
All right, well, listen to this. I'm going to tell you something else. That I seen watching the All Access. Now, they both eating garbage. But here's the thing that I seen. I'm going to tell you. Guerrero, his father, is not only his trainer, but his chef. So his father's cooking all the food that he eat in the house. So they eating meat and all kind of reckless potatoes and all that shit, but he's cooking it in the house. Floyd Mayweather is getting loaded, the maximum loaded tacos at Taco Bell at 1 o'clock in the morning, and he's going to the Waffle House at 3 o'clock in the morning.
After running 16 miles.
With that being said, we did see the Damon Wayans movie, The Great White Hype, where Damon Wayans was eating donuts and all that, and the white dude was training hard, and he looked good, and he still got crushed. Right? But what I'm saying is I think it's going to be a fight Saturday night.
I got Mayweather in 6.
Oh, so you got a knockout.
It might be a TKO, but in 6. So.
Shit, you got a knockout early like that?
I don't think he's gonna make it past 6.
Wow.
She
all right.
In the building.
Oh,
Sheen.
dang.
You there, brother? Let me go.
Oh, probably dropped. Yeah, he come back.
Let me check on that, brother. Hold tight.
I don't know. Listen, like I said, I don't know. You know, I see what's going on. I see the dynamic. I'm looking at Floyd in the early days, you know, going through the old fights. I'm looking at him now. His abs look incredibly sharp. And the reason why I'm pointing that out is because all your punching power comes from your trunk, your core. You know, baseball players even, you know, when they're training to hit harder, hit longer, get into that home run category, extend their home run statistics, etc., they're training their core. Golf, it's all core. Your strength emanates from your core. And, you know, his core looks sharp. You know, I do see a lot of flab hanging around Guerrero. You know, he could use an invitation to the Amber Institute. Floyd could definitely use an invitation to the Amber Institute. But, you know. So I don't know. They both look like they need an invitation to the Amber Institute. Floyd because of the things that he's eating. Guerrero because he got that flab on him. But, you know, he jumped up. He's a natural at like 138 or something like that, 135, and he just threw on that extra weight to fight Berto, I think it was, and he's trying to keep it on, and you know he's trying to do his thing there. But that might cause him a problem because Floyd Mayweather is still fast as lightning.
Check and see if Sheen's still in the building. You back? Jimmy. I just put his mic back on, so I don't know if he's aware that his mic is on, so I'll just keep it on.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yo, Shane.
Class. That's what God created in that
All right, so let me ask you this question.
What's up?
What makes you think the fight is going to be over in 6 rounds?
That's just, that's my gut feeling, and that's usually what I go with, That's just what I'm feeling. I don't think it's going to be an all-nighter. I have always questioned Mayweather and his eating habits.
Yo, there's another 267 number in the holding. Bring them in real quick.
Hold up. Hold tight.
We got a Golden Gloves champion from Philadelphia trying to get in on this boxing conversation.
The miraculous is everywhere, in our homes, our minds.
This is Wholistic University Radio where real life happens, okay? This is when we talk about basketball, we got ball players that were playing with the NBA players. When we talk about boxing, we got Golden Glove champions that call in to weigh in.
What's up?
What's going on, Golden Glove? Tell me what's happening right now. Talk to me about this situation Saturday night with Mayweather and Guerrero.
I got Mayweather easy.
So you got Mayweather with a knockout in 6 rounds?
I ain't say a knockout because Floyd got 2 bad hands, but I guarantee that he gonna win the fight easy.
Yeah, angry guy.
Is he gonna bleed Saturday night?
No, am I in the building? No, he ain't gonna bleed. Am I in the
You
building?
don't think he gonna bleed? No busted lip? No cut on the eye? Nothing?
I don't think Guerrero better than Miguel Cotto.
You don't think Guerrero better than Cotto?
No. And Enqi not better than Zab Judah. And Zab Judah faster than him and stronger than him. And that was
I would say that. I would definitely second that motion. Matter of fact, on Zab Judah, did you see this fight Saturday night? Danny Garcia and Zab?
Yeah, I saw that.
What you think?
I think Danny looked good, but his footwork and his defense ain't that good. Because I think Zab should have been out of there early. He should have got Zab out of there earlier. But he wasn't connecting the shots like he could have. And Zab did what he always do. I think he gave up in the 6th round. But when he saw that Danny wasn't forcing the knockout, he picked it back up and started hurting Danny. So if the fight, like I heard you say earlier, if the fight would have been a 15-rounder, he could have knocked Danny out.
Yeah, because Danny was looking like he was struggling towards the end of that.
Yeah. But if Danny had better footwork and better movement, he could have took Zab out of there.
Well, let me ask you this. What about Zab's conditioning? Because I think he was in better shape than he usually be.
Yeah, his physical, but his mental, I don't think his mental right. Like he give up. When he get hit and clock and hurt, he give up fast. Like he throw the whole game plan out the window.
Yeah. He got it back, though. See, I want to agree with you, but I don't want to agree with you because he got it back by round number 9, round number 10. He was looking good again.
Yeah, but I think he only got it back because Danny didn't force the knockout, and Danny's footwork wasn't that good. So Danny was right in front of him. He was hitting Danny back even when he was hurt. So he's like, all right, Danny ain't going to knock me out. Because he gave Zab the spaghetti legs a few times, and he came back off a counter and dropped Zab.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So
he was yeah, you're right. You know what? In hindsight, looking back, but you know what too? That might also have to take a little bit of that into consideration with his corner though, because they should have been able to modify the strategy to get Zab up out of there. When Danny went to the corner, they should have gave him a new plan. Like, listen, you're gonna have to force that overhand.
You know what I also thought kicked in? I think Zab experience kicked in.
Yeah.
Zab know how to work the ring, and he been in the game for a long time, and he fought top people, Floyd Mayweather. So his experience kicked in where he knew how to survive against somebody like Danny Garcia. But if there was somebody that had experience and had better footwork, Zab would have been the same old Zab, out of there, knocked out.
Cockazooed up.
Yeah.
Oh,
think
man.
Danny,
The same old Zab, out of there, knocked out.
No, it's Philly all day.
Am I in the room? Am I on?
Yeah, you in the room. Yeah, you on.
It's Philly all day. I think
go to the club, baby.
No, it's Philly all day. I think Danny did his thing. Danny showed that he got the will to win. He's strong, but I think he overrated. I don't like his footwork, and I don't like his hand movement, and I think he just straight up where he get hit too often. Somebody like Adrian Broner.
Let me say this. I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say Adrian Broner put him to sleep.
Yeah,
he put him to sleep.
Yeah.
Adrian Broner, that's too far away from happening. That might happen within the next year or two.
Adrian Broner called them out, said they best friends, but he want that belt, and then he got it. What's up?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to see that, but I would like to see Danny versus Cotto more. I think that'd be a war.
Prince,
yeah,
think about
that's tough to be. That's tough to have friends in boxing.
Yeah.
You know, that's like, you know how me and Newbin was cool, but then I had to demonstrate on him, you know what I mean? Like, boop, 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 boop. I'm still in the best shape of my life. I had to take it to the body, take it to the head. Then he brought the doctor in, you know what I'm saying? And the fight got a little confusing, so I had to hit him with the, you know what I mean? My trainers had to come in, and, you know, it got crazy. But, you know, it's just crazy to try to have friends in boxing because you always going, you know, that belt thing is always going to be a situation unless you Floyd.
True.
You know what I mean? You got all the belts already, then it's like, all right, we can be cool now.
Me and Danny used to train in the same gym back in the day.
Honor on his team right now because, you know, that might be a situation, fighting the young Floyd.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get somebody else's opinion. Do we have another caller in the building? Caller, you there? Okay. Well, I guess the caller's not there, so yeah, go ahead, brother, with your statement.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Before the 9:30 hit, Sheen had we got so wrapped up into boxing. Sheen got more stories.
Oh, that's right. Most definitely.
We can get into we got a 12-year veteran of the NBA, Jason Collins. He played with 6 teams in the NBA, 7-foot center.
Man.
He just came out and announced that he's the first openly gay male athlete in sports history.
What? Oh, man.
Wow. And it's not something that he clarified that he's always been gay since a child. And he's been engaged.
So now we got a big 7-foot black man in sports to say he's a homosexual.
Listen to this, though. He's been engaged before. He's been with women to try to convince himself that he wasn't gay. And he has a twin brother. They both played at Stanford University. They were first-team All-American. And his brother name is Jerron Collins. And he didn't know his brother was gay until he came out and said it. That's crazy.
Wow.
So now it's like this. It's like what teams are going to sign him, because teams might not sign him now. And you're going to have a lot of backlash from players, but in all actuality, y'all was already in a locker room with somebody that was gay. Y'all just didn't know he was gay. So now that he's telling y'all that he's openly gay, there's going to be a lot of, a lot of chaos in the locker room now.
Well, let me ask you this. There might be a lot of other athletes coming out now.
That's the question I was going to put on y'all. Do y'all think this is just the opening up of athletes coming out of the closet.
Of course. It's going to be more cats to come out the closet, so they're going to put a black face on it, obviously. So now for all history of all time, it was a black guy that came out the closet first that started off the homosexual revolution in sports now. Now we got to wear that. Just like there's a black president in there to start off the homosexual revolution in law.
Yeah. And his first words was, listen to this though, his first words to actually stating that he's openly gay was, "I'm black."
Wow. See, that's it. So now he's officially, because we've been having a problem with that anyway, trying to separate gay movement from the black struggle. Now he's officially tangling that up again. And how do they even think that it's okay for you to be gay and be on a professional team of that nature? Like, I could see if it was boxing maybe, or, you know what I'm saying, like race car driving or golf. But if we got to be naked together in a locker room, then that's the situation. Because if men and women can't share a locker room, then homosexuals shouldn't be able to share a locker room. And that means women or men. I'm not just saying men homosexuals. I'm saying women homosexuals, because the reason why we all share in a locker is because we all got the same thing. Ain't nobody looking and ain't nobody trying to, it's regular. We in the locker room. But now once somebody in there trying to, oh man, that thing sure look like, then it's a whole other scenario. Now somebody got to get their ass whooped, then somebody else getting fined because this happened, and that's opened up a lot of dynamics that don't exist. So in order for that to exist in the NBA, they're going to have to get 2 more locker rooms now. You're going to have the girls' locker room, the men's locker room, the confused men's locker room, and the confused women's locker room.
Yeah, it's crazy because I remember a few years ago when Tim Hardaway came out about the gay players, and they did some things with, I think he was doing like some type of analyst work with ESPN, and I think they let him go. But earlier today, Chris Broussard came out, who's another black analyst for ESPN. He came out saying that he's a Christian. He's against homosexuality. Jason Collins is a Christian, and he's saying, according to the Bible, Jason Collins is not a Christian. So now his job might be on the line now.
His job is going to be slightly more secure because he got, that's a big battle right there. Because he's really saying, he's saying the church is against it. So in order for them to fire him, they're going to have to go and do battle with the church. But here's the thing, though. The whole purpose, well, I ain't going to say the whole purpose, but one of the main agendas that they put forward immediately as soon as they put a new pope in was the homosexual movement. So we might be seeing some different dynamics coming through the church shortly, so this might all be the start of a political cascade of events that will have a domino effect in relation to the church and how these larger institutions that, looked at homosexuality a certain way begin to change their dynamic of thinking. And then, pretty soon you won't have no pedophile laws on the books.
Yeah, I heard they're trying to get that out of here this year.
That's right. So pretty soon, and then
they got the whole flag on the churches.
Right. So here's the thing, though. The rainbow flag is hanging up on the churches now.
The rainbow flag is on the churches.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, in Philadelphia we got a whole rainbow section. So that oh man,
rainbow section.
But see, once you
we got
change
a whole
those laws,
listen, in Philadelphia, not to cut you off, Enqi, in Philadelphia, we got a whole section dedicated to the homosexuals down Center City, from 11th to about 13th or about 13th Street, from Spruce to, I say about,
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my goodness. I just remembered something. Wait a minute. Listen. I was having a meeting with a brother that I'm working with, right?
Yeah.
And he asked me and I forgot the name of the damn group. I'm not even sure if I remember the name of the group when I mentioned the name of the group, because I don't even want to give them no promo on our show like that. But they're using the consciousness and the Black Power paradigm to promote homosexuality.
Yeah.
So
exactly
they having meetings and all that, saying that the consciousness needs to be more flexible. So they got the same movement now growing within the conscious and the Black Power movements, that homosexuality needs to be more part of what it is that we talking about. And, you know, they got to have the men on men and all that. You know, they got to have that whole dynamic in the consciousness. So just for the people that's listening, if y'all don't think that this is something that we got to deal with, this is something that's, you know, is very important to deal with in one way or another, because it's going to be in your face at some point. Okay, not only are your children going to be exposed to it on a day-to-day basis, as the institutions that teach them and entertain them change their outlook on these on homosexuality in the way that's taught and marketed or not marketed, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So these are things that we have to address one way or another. So sports and entertainment, you know, that's the children today learn more from sports and entertainment than they do at home. They learn more from sports and entertainment than they do at school. So once sports and entertainment becomes openly pushing the gay thing, and we're making this guy Jason Collins look like he's some kind of truth crusader fighting for the rights of the people, and now he's Robin Hood, you know, it's just going to be crazy. And this whole happens to be a 7-foot-tall black man. So we're taking a very strong masculine image and making that the crusader for homosexuality.
Always take the strongest black man and make him look little. But at the same time, you know, the White House had a press conference about it. How they support
right,
him.
But see, that's the whole, you know, like how Hov would say, that's the double entendre right there. You know, that's the whole play. You know, so every time.
Let me hit you with this one. I don't know if y'all seen Obama last night, but Obama said, I got 99 problems, and Jay-Z's one of them.
Wow.
Last night at the I think it was
the dinner.
I know the dinner. Yeah, he was doing a lot of jokes. He did a lot of coonery on there. There was a lot of coonery on there. Let me get that
but
straight.
it was funny though.
It was funny as hell. It was funny as hell. Don't get me wrong. But I ain't putting pictures up there with me a bang on the front of my head. I'm not doing that in front of a bunch of white folks, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah, they got to do something like that. That's part of their little ritual. Remember when Giuliani had the little dinner, and that's on a much smaller level. He came on as a blonde woman. You know, he had the dress on and all that. Like, that's, you know, they do that little ritual.
But that's what they do. They do that.
Yeah.
But another thing I'm gonna throw at you too, and it's kind of is on the same line as what we're talking about. Magic Johnson had the HIV years ago, and a few days ago or a few weeks ago, his son just announced that he's gay. And E.J. Johnson, he's 20 years old, and Magic Johnson accompanied him to gay clubs to support his son. And
okay, hold on. Listen, Magic Johnson accompanies his son to the gay club in
let's
support.
go, baby. Prince, let's go.
Your man just asked you the question about he gay. Ghostface Killer. Ghostface son. He gay. He a singer.
Get the fuck out of here. But hold on. Before we even get to that, how does Magic Johnson say he is going to the club in support? You're not going to no club in support. You're going to the club to see something that you also interested in.
I believe that. I believe what you're saying.
Yeah, because if I'm not a part of that, I don't even want to see that. Like, that's bananas right there for me. Like, I can't, I'm not with that. You know what's going down in there? Like, it's happening there. Like, I'm good on that. Like, hey, you choose to do that, you know, we're going to handle that however we handle that in the house, but if that's where you going, that's where you going. But we definitely not going together like I'm going to do that in support. Like, that's just that's crazy right there. Like, I guess that might be, I don't even know how to think. Maybe Magic got a lot of businesses out there, and he just got to say that, you know, because his supporters that's putting up that money to buy the TV station and the baseball team and all that was like, look, get on out there with the rest of them black folks, nigga. Don't keep confused, nigga. Get out there. Now say you're homo. You're not a homo.
On the flip side, I know a couple athletes that got gay clubs, and I think Magic's headed in that direction of getting gay clubs, or even having, in Philadelphia, we have a gay YMCA for gay youth. It's only for youth, though. It's a gay YMCA, like on 13th and Spruce or Sampson down in that area. And if you go down in that area in Philadelphia, if you look at the street signs, all the street signs got rainbows on them.
That's crazy. Yeah, so, see, look, that's another reason why you know that the gay struggle, if there is a such thing as a gay struggle, is nowhere near in conjunction or collusion or close to anything remotely near even, like, there's no way you can even misconstrue that being anything close to associated with the black struggle, the Moorish American, the African American. Like, there's no way, because we've been struggling all this time and we don't have shit still yet. We ain't got no black schools. Like, they got gay schools now popping up all over. You have to be gay to get into the school.
But I heard the brother that I heard. Well, I don't even know the guy.
So how you test to see if somebody gay to get into school?
That's crazy. It was somebody that wanted a gay school.
Hold on, Steve. That needs a moment of silence right there. That's a moment of silence right there. Like, how do you test to see if you can get into the school? I don't know right there. That's real crazy right there.
That's a good question, you.
I don't even think that we can answer that question on air, like, to give a specific answer. Like, yeah.
But on Bravo, or my lady was telling me on Bravo that they got a show now with 3 black men, 2 black men.
I know where you're going.
2 black men, and they straight up dudes, quote unquote. I'm saying that, and I shouldn't even be saying that, but where they're not even like drag. They're not even like drag. They're like regular guys, and they just wear lipstick.
Enqi, that joint is, it's like men on film, but like in real life. Like, it's the real deal.
See, I never seen it, so I got to check
know
it
exactly
out. I never seen it.
I haven't seen it, but I saw the little promo for it.
Oh,
just
man,
like some men on
let
film.
me know that today. Yeah,
okay, well, see, look, this is what I want to say. This is what I want to do. I want to segue, because I don't want to go any further down this direction.
Yeah.
What I want to say is this is a result of niggas eating ostrich. You see what I'm saying? This type of, because once we start eating ostrich, then you close to eating flamingo.
Yeah.
Right? So now you eating flamingo.
Man, you shout out, man.
So you eat ostrich and flamingo. Your hormones is off balance. You lifting up one leg. You know, it gets crazy like that.
You bury your head in the sand.
Yeah, you're putting your head in the sand, sticking your butt in the air. You see what I'm saying? So when the brother on Friday night told me, Intellectual Nubin said he would take the test. See, I feel like Floyd Mayweather right now. Nubin said he was going to take the test because he was talking reckless, and I said, look, I'm going to come all the way up to Brooklyn from Philly to give you a diagnostic so we can see just how that ostrich is affecting your lifestyle. We want to see just how healthy you are after eating all the wild animals that you've been killing on the Brooklyn streets in the forest of Brooklyn. We want to see, we want to see just how healthy you is after you've been hunting down these wild game reptiles, because it's not birds and it's not fish, it's reptiles. So he's been hunting reptiles, okay? not fishing for fish. He's hunting reptiles in the wild jungles of Brooklyn, all right, where ostriches and flamingos run free. And he agreed with no problem to the diagnostic test. I came all the way up to Brooklyn with my equipment. I ain't have to lug that shit up here. I lugged all the way up here with all that equipment to give my man a test, only for him to tell me, oh, well, I think you need to tell me what's in Ali fertilizer in order for me to take your test. I was like, hold on, man, what are you talking about? You said you was going to take the test. I'm up here to take the test. You told me how you was running fast because you was eating ostriches. The ostrich run fast, so now you running fast because you ate the ostrich and you took in the soul of the ostrich. So now you can run fast because ostriches run fast. Now I'm here, I'm ready to test you, and you're trying to come up with bogus reasons why you're ducking the test. He's like Pacquiao right now. He don't want to get tested, so we know it's something. So we know something fishy is going on. He's trying to throw it off on Mayweather like, oh, well, Mayweather don't want to fight. No, I'm up here with the equipment, Money Mayweather. The money team is in the building. I'm in Enqi. All right, the money team is in the building. I'm like, yo, what's happening, Nuben? I thought you was intellectual. This is not very intellectual of you to give your word live on air and then run. Okay, that's very unintellectual. Okay, but maybe that's a result of the flamingo. Because see, would you eat that flamingo?
Enqi, did you tell him what was in the fertilizer, though?
Absolutely not.
Wondering.
Absolutely not. And there's no reason for me to share with a meat eater what's in a fertilizer. But I told him, I said, listen, I said, maybe if it was my fertilizer, I might disclose it to you. But that's Ali.
You can't have a name intellectual in the beginning of your name. You eat ostriches, yo. So your name should be. I ain't gonna. Y'all lucky my day went back.
Listen, his name is Mike. No, starting now after this show, his new name is Flamingo.
Stupid ass Nuben.
Flamingo Nuben.
Shut up.
The Pink Panther.
That's his name.
The Pink Panther. That's it. You sit in the corner with the dunce cap on.
The Pink Panther?
The Pink Panther.
You call that man the Pink Panther, man. You call that man the Pink Panther, yo.
Yeah, eating them flamingos. I came all the way up here to Brooklyn. He ducked me, hung up the phone. Listen, I said I can't take the test. Hey. I'm like, you can't take the test. What the fuck is this? Pacquiao? Like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the came all the way up here to get the test.
Pacquiao. Huh?
Wow, he did a Pacquiao. Okay.
I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I don't want to hear nobody else say nothing bad about Floyd. My man Floyd said, listen, straight up, I called Pacquiao and I offered him $40 million for a fight. Pacquiao talking about he don't want to take the test and he want to make the same amount of money I'm making. That is how you avoid reality. When you just start throwing frivolous stipulations onto the table that you know somebody going to say no to, especially once you already agreed to a deal. Mm-hmm. So here you go asking me to give you Ali recipe when I'm telling you, A, that's not in my place to give you another man's recipe. 2, that's not in my place to give up another man. Like, that's how I look doing that to you to prove a point. A, that can't even be proven because I talked to you about the enzymes in saliva. I talked to you about the length of the intestine. I talked to you about all the biological reasons why flesh is not the proper diet for a human, and you still telling me but ostriches run fast. So why would I even try to reason with you? Now at this point, it's like, okay, cool. Let's get the test going so we can see the proof and the results of what you're talking about. Because the difference between me and Ali and an intellectual, and Flamingo is we have dozens of people that we could say lost weight. They off diabetes medicine. They don't have cancer no more. We got people that we could say vouch for our work in a realistic kind of manner. I'm trying to get your diagnostics so we can see the benefits of eating flamingos on yourself as well as eating reptiles, and see what's happening. You agreed to it on the radio when you was beating on your chest. You had the doctor call in. It sounds like RuPaul. You know what I mean? I totally upset that she thinks that I was a white guy. I'm a black guy, okay? When I was 3 years old, my mother taught me about melanin, all right? So don't you be saying, okay. So you had the Jason Collins doctor on there. You know, you're talking about Flamingo. You said you would take the test. I get up here to Brooklyn. My man don't want to take the test.
You're Flamingo, man. What you expect?
I don't know. That's my man Flamingo. So big up to Flamingo and the whole Flamingo movement. Big up to the Flamingo movement out there in BK. Big up Flamingo.
Enqi, does a brother run track? Is he a track athlete?
I mean, he's.
No, I was wondering. I was just wondering.
Gabriel humble with his though. Yeah, do he run track?
He said he was running sprints after he ate Flamingo.
Oh.
So he should be able to fly then.
Nah.
Yo, that's a good
he don't fly.
I asked him that.
But you didn't know his birds.
Nah, emus don't fly.
You know these reptiles. Why you not flying?
He dunking and everything. He can dunk and everything.
Nah, emus can't fly though.
Oh, they can't. Yeah.
All right. Any other interesting news in hip hop? What else is going on? Anything we need to know? Anything we need to be aware of?
Hip hop dead, man.
Like that.
I got some interesting information about hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 2 Chainz, which is probably is most as ignorant as you could get right now with the music.
Mm-hmm.
You do know that 2 Chainz got his doctorate, like his PhD.
Listen, 2 Chainz backed up Penny Hardaway at Memphis State.
What you mean, playing ball?
He backed up Penny Hardaway at Memphis State.
Playing ball?
Yeah, he came off the bench.
Wow. There you go.
Stolly played for Michigan. I don't know if y'all know Stolly. Stolly's found with Maybach. Yeah, Maybach Music. Yeah, he played for Michigan until he hurt his knee.
So here's my point in saying that. We are not too far away from where we're trying to get. And having Phil Valentine on the show, you know, this might be right in the vein of what we need to talk about. You know, the elders, the older generation, they did good at their time, but it's going to be us, you know, the Minister Enqis, the Ali Muhammads, you know what I mean? Big up my man Flamingo, you know what I mean? It's going to be the new generation that's going to merge the gap between the underground conscious movement and taking this thing worldwide, because what you're looking at is a lot of intelligent people who are now pretending to be ignorant. In fact, I would go on the record and say it takes a very intelligent person to be able to articulate ignorance.
They're a super intelligent person, and it's running rampant, actually. It's crazy.
So my only problem with that is when you can grab 2 rappers and put together, you know, $1 billion, at what point do we have to say, okay, you know, and then we got the internet and various ways to control our own music. At what point do we say, okay, look, I'm going to go ahead and spend my money and buy the bio graffiti of Revolution, hint, hint, wink, wink, new mix CD coming out from Minister Enqi, featuring Nairobi Salah, Myers Lansky, etc., co-produced by Guerrilla Republic, instead of these other venues, so that way we could start to, instead of these purchasing from these other venues, so that we could start to show where our money, where our mind is going. Because we're still in a state where it's cool that we're finding out that some of these cats have a little bit of intelligence and things like that, but and they want to break free. They want to be able to express themselves with more cleverness. They want to be able to put more wit. They want to be able to speak politically. You know, Jay-Z had to put 20 years in the game, 15 years in the game, however long he's been, because Jay-Z is like 67 years old, to be able to talk reckless and throw Obama name around and you know, try to, you know, quietly keep on pushing his political hat a little further. So, you know, it's just going to take that last little ship to break the whole hole in the dam open and just let the water run free, and it's just going to be a completely new thing out here. So, you know, as far as hip-hop is concerned, I just wanted to put that on the table, where a lot of these artists that we think, based on what we're listening to, have no goddamn sense at all. You know, these brothers got college degrees. You know what I mean? A lot of cats talking about they popping mollies is not popping mollies. You know what I mean? They're they got 4 children at home, wife, some of them 2 wives. Akon got a wife on every continent, but they're not popping no mollies. There's a guarantee they're not popping no mollies.
Yeah, you're right. 100%. Might be eating some mushrooms.
Mike Jones. Mike Jones. What happened to Mike Jones, man?
Mike Jones was not pretending.
Mike Jones.
Shit. I believe Mike Jones was a little bit less intelligent than the music dictated to it.
Yo, Enqi, who is Mike Jones?
Good answer. Good question.
Mike Jones from Texas. He's a Southern rapper, man. He said his name's 70,000.
I would say this, though. Mike Jones was very clever with his business savvy, because Mike Jones, you know how he got hot real quick? He did it all by himself, so that's what I will give Mike Jones credit for. Mike Jones put his little music out, but what he did was he put his phone number on every CD, and he answered the phone every time somebody called him. Which is the Minister Enqi strategy. So y'all can call me at 404-457-0844, 404-457-0844. But as I get busier and busier, it just gets more difficult for me to answer every single call. But I do try. So that's why I tell people to text me, because it's easier for me to send you a text back. You know what I mean? If I'm in a meeting with somebody and they got bone cancer or they got lung cancer, I can't just hit you up like, oh, yeah, what's going on, fam? Yeah, the DVO, you see me in childhood? Yeah, that shit was crazy. Like, I can't do that now. But, you know, I would like to do that. But Mike Jones had a very good marketing strategy as far as reaching the people and making himself available to the people. But, you know, easy come, easy go, you know. So the cats that we see stick around with some longevity, no matter how ignorant they sound, they got some intelligence to them. You know, Lil Wayne speak 3 languages, I think, working on his master's degree. Not the degrees are anything, because I really laugh at cats would come in with, oh, I got a doctorate from over here, I did my PhD over there, and I did this and that over there. You know, that don't mean anything at all. You got cats with super degrees and dumb as bricks. You got cats with no degrees, and they very well read. So, you know, the degree thing don't really mean anything. But what it does show is an ability to set a goal and accomplish it, which is a very, very needed skill in life to be successful in any type of endeavor. You do have to be able to set a goal, and no matter what comes in front of you, no matter what it is that comes in front of you, you have to be able to move forward. A lot of people... you know, I just don't tell my story. At one point, I'm going to just sit down, and I'm not going to talk about health. I'm not going to talk about, you know, none of the things that people are used to hearing about. I'm going to just talk about me, and then we'll be able to talk about obstacles and not letting things get in your way when you have a calling. You know, it's just about how serious you take that calling and how, you know, how bad you want to move forward. You know what I mean? But, you know, but that's what that one thing does show, you know what I mean? So sometimes people come from all types of situations, and to be able to sit down and do anything consistently for 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 8 years is remarkable. depending on some of the places that we come out of. So that's the only reason why I was bigging up the little, cats pulling out a degree from over here and over there. But and people know how to read books, because let me tell you, a lot of these conscious cats, even the leaders, man, it's a lot of syntax, context, there's a lot of things missing in our literacy game. So we got people who are borderline illiterate teaching other people, and it's just a little crazy. So, and that's what my whole thing last summer with the big debates. Everybody wanted to debate Minister Enqi. They telling people pull their children out of school, homeschool them. I'm like, man, put them kids back into school. In fact, you might need to join them in school. Don't pull your kids out. You should see if you could go sit in the after school program and pick up a little ABCs too. Y'all should all be learning to read together. Reading is fundamental. How the parents don't know anything and they going to homeschool the children, what you going to teach them? If you don't know anything, how you going to teach somebody what you don't know? So true. That whole dynamic was just a little dangerous for me. Like, whoa. We got a whole generation of niggas that's jacked up on McDonald's, niggas on ecstasy, niggas on all kind of drugs, alcohol. Nobody went to school. Nobody reads a book. Nobody reads. How is we homeschooling the children? Niggas don't know how to read. So how you going to homeschool the children? The children after 6th, 7th, 8th grade, they come at home, they asking for help from their parents. The parents don't know how to do the homework. So how are you going to handle the whole curriculum? You can't even help the children with the homework. It's a wrap. It's over. So some of those issues we need to deal with. You know what I mean? Now we need to do some homeschool policing. We need to do the work with the children. You know what I mean? And play it off. We got the internet for a reason now. If your children bring home some homework that you don't know or you forgot, get on the internet, figure it out. That's how you can brush up your skills. That's how you can brush up your skills in certain areas. Because I'll be seeing some hot, funky stuff every so often. And I'll be like, hold on. I'll get right back to you 20 minutes. Don't think you pulling off nowhere. I got a daughter in college. She sent me a couple of questions. I was like, oh, yeah. Let me get back to you in 20 minutes, baby. I'm back. Jump right on Google. Like, God damn. But, you get it. Now you have something else added to your arsenal. You know what I mean? But we gotta get there, man. We gotta take our education more serious. And we gotta take our physical development more serious. The hood is filled with a whole bunch of skinny niggas that think they tough. All you gotta do is hit them in the chest one time, they're gonna fold up. Then outside of that, you got a whole bunch of big fat niggas walking around. They think they tough. All you gotta do is hit them in the stomach one time, they gonna fold up. That's why weapons is so rampant in the community, because everybody is unhealthy. Everybody's out of shape. Nobody's looking good. If you have a fight, 60 seconds into the fight, you wheezing. Niggas can't even fight after 60 seconds. They just looking at each other angry. Motherfucker.
Yeah, I think that last gas hits at about 20 seconds. I don't think it lasts the whole. It don't take that long.
Exactly. So, we're in a situation where we really talking reckless, but we're really not ready for the things that we're talking about. Because you get into the Black Power movement, the individuals that might be pushing that whole aggressive movement, they might be in shape. But the people they're talking to, the constituency, they eating cheeseburgers later on. They're going to get a milkshake, a cheeseburger, and they might have a naked juice and think they got a health plan. So, we're just not ready. We're not ready, and we got to get those things right. We think about money. Oh, I'm going to get my money right. You're not going to get your money right until you get your food right, until you get your mind right, until you start thinking right.
Oh, yo, Minister Enqi, isn't that naked juice, don't they have the fetal cells, the aborted fetal cells in that?
Yes, absolutely. And people paying $4 for them joints, and they think they're doing something, when they can go get a half a gallon of grape juice and be in better shape. But they caught into the fad. Oh, and then you read the ingredients. It's nothing slick in the naked drink. You might have 1/4 of banana, half a pear, and 2 grapes in there.
And this for my Awala family, the family that's still drinking Awala. You might as well be drinking a Coca-Cola. Because they sold out to the Coca-Cola family, I don't know, 2 years ago, I believe it was, 2 to 3 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this: what's herbs I could drink every day. Just 3 herbs that I could mix and drink every day that'll help me out.
I wouldn't say no herb is good to just blanketly drink at random every day. You know, you gotta get your diagnostic done and see what areas in your body is weak and what areas you're looking to improve.
True indeed.
You know, and just do it like that, because the way the body is dynamic. So anything you do on a daily basis, your body is going to build up a certain level of not necessarily resistance to it, but it's just not going to have that same So you're going to lose the whole medicinal, you're going to lose a lot of the medicinal benefits if it just becomes a regular staple part of your diet. You know, so you want to keep certain things as, you know, used in context. You know what I mean? When you use the parasite cleanse, you want to be using the parasite cleanse to cleanse parasites, and after you go on a cycle, depending on whether that cycle is 30 days or 3 months or 6 months or even a year, boom, we got to move to a different whole set of herbs to take you to the next stage of completing your goals. So one of the things that I do, depending on the people I'm dealing with, what it is that we're trying to do, if it's just losing weight, or maybe it's something with diabetes, or, you know, maybe it's a cancer, whatever the case may be, it's stages in development. So, you know, we accomplish a goal, and then we look back into the body, give the body a full assessment, and then we take it from there. You know, we see what areas we winning at, and we lighten up on those areas a little bit, and we put more focus on the areas that need the focus. That's one of the good things about the modality that we have set up at the Aboriginal Medical Association. A lot of these holistic healers do not have anything concrete that a person that is giving them their hard-earned money can look at outside of our dynamic. So it's a lot of mental, you know, it's in your mind. You know, I'm looking into your outer spectrum, and I'm seeing there's a problem with your left big toe. So, you know, it's a lot of that going on where, you know, sometimes people want to see something concrete where they can also see the progress. So I could sit you down and we could do the diagnostic, and now we're looking at, okay, well, this is happening, and your blood is a little slightly, you know, you're building up a lot of plaque in the blood, and this is going on, and this is the minerals you're deficient in. And as we go through the different protocols, every 2 weeks or every month or every 6 weeks, we'll be able to see the progress or lack of progress. So sometimes I put somebody on a plan, and I can tell whether they're following it the next one time we follow up. I'll be like, I thought I told you to step that water up. Oh, well, you know, I was getting ready to get the water, but when I tried to get the water was getting ready to get bought by somebody else, so I couldn't get the water at the same time as somebody else was getting the water, but I'm getting ready to get the water. So, you know, sometimes it's good to have that system of checks and balances where we can verify our progress, you know, outside of just getting on a scale. Because the scale is good when you see that you're losing weight, but you want to make sure you're losing parasites, you're losing fat, you're losing toxins. You don't necessarily just want to be losing water or muscle mass. Mm-hmm. Those are two things that are important for you to maintain healthy balances of. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, definitely. Just psychologically, that helps a lot as well.
Yeah. But, yeah, like Phil Valentine said earlier, you know, I completely agree. The fruits, that's why me and Ali are an example of what we're telling people. You know, we've been eating all fruits for the last, like, 4 or 5 weeks now. So you can get all the nutrients and things like that out of the fruit. You know, if you have certain things that's going on in the body or certain things that you want to accelerate or certain things that you need to regenerate, then obviously the herbs will play a role, because I got certain things I'm working on in my body, you know, that I'm trying to regenerate at an accelerated pace. You know, all the cells in your body, you know, replace themselves over time, but, you know, some things you want to accelerate the regeneration or guide the regeneration, or remove some hindrances that you may be having in your body to certain areas regenerating. So, you know, a lot of times that's what disease is. You know, we hear a lot about cirrhosis of the liver. Cirrhosis of the liver is nothing but scar tissue covering up the outside of the liver, so nutrients and things like that can't get in, toxins can't get out, so the regeneration can't take place. So it's not that regeneration is not naturally trying to happen in the body, but, you have something blocking it. So now what we do with that scar tissue, do we open up so LASIK and, them folks can start cutting and chopping and burning up stuff? Or do we have some natural modality that can assist, So that's the whole dynamic with that,
Yeah.
But I wouldn't suggest eating no flamingo. That's what I would say. I would say stay away from the ostrich and the flamingo. Yeah, that's what my advice would be. Stay away from ostrich, stay away from flamingo.
What about emu?
I was saying definitely
family?
stay away from the emu.
Because I see people using the blue emu oil. That's like a big thing. Like I see the infomercials for the blue oil, emu oil.
Listen, we live in a situation where insanity is the normal standard. You can go on this website. It's called Dr. Ron's. A brother called in when I was on Ali Muhammad's radio show. Big up Ali Muhammad. He called in to tell us that Dr. Ron is selling capsules of every organ. Not capsules of herbs for every organ. Listen, not capsules of herbs for every organ. He's selling capsules of every organ, and it's online. So we live in a place where somebody can sell you body parts in capsules for you to take. So anybody right now with like $20, $30 to go online, go to drrons.com and say, all right, let me get 100 capsules of heart. Let me get 100 capsules of liver. Let me get 100 capsules of thymus. And, hey, babe, you want any pancreases tonight? All right, we'll get a few pancreas. So let me get some pancreas, some mixed pancreas.
Crazy, man.
So we are definitely in an insane situation where, what are we going to do? This is beyond any Sodom and Gomorrah. Like, this is way beyond that. This is crazy out here.
And that's nothing new, though. Actually, Minister Enqi, that's not even a new thing. Yeah.
No, it's just repackaged.
Yeah.
Because the whole Western medicine is built on eating the flesh, which they call mumia for a very long time, of black folks.
Yeah. They eat the mummies. Yeah.
That's right. We got the text, courtesy of Dr. Ali Muhammad. Once again, we got the textbook where they teach in medical school the history of medicine. They can't teach medicine without teaching the history of medicine, and the history of medicine starts with eating black people.
Yeah,
period.
You're totally right. They actually, to be more specific, they were making black people smoothies. They was making mummy smoothies.
Wow.
And mummy tea.
That's right. Mummy tea,
boiling it up,
stew,
smashing
it up. They was putting it on top of their cuts, all that. And then when they start running out of mummies to eat, because they start eating them all, they was chopping up new black folks, wrapping them up and bandaging them up and calling it fresh mumia, which was cheaper than the antique mumia, but, they had niggas to sell to eat. And this is all happening leading up into the slave trade. So this is one of the things they don't talk about dealing with the slave trade, is that they were trading niggas not like cattle, but as cattle, because they was eating niggas. So they was raising niggas to eat them, and then raising niggas to raise the other foods and take care of things while they ate off niggas so that's why another reason why they had to break up the family structure. Because they didn't want you to recognize, they didn't want you to recognize where the disappearing children was going. See, so they could easily tell you, we sold your babies to another farm, when really they just finished knocking them off for lunch.
That's disgusting,
Or better better yet, they was either doing that or using them for gator bait. You know about the gator bait?
Well, the gator bait, you know, that was more of a form of entertainment. But I believe quite a few babies that went down in history as gator bait was lunch.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Because you got to remember, all this history that we got about the vicious acts that happened during slavery is from white folks. Nobody is going to really come all the way clean with you.
Clean.
You're going to always have some stuff reserved. So if they could show us the burnings, the lynchings, the head cut off, the testicle cut off, the things, all
that's
that.
That's the best
right.
of it. Yeah.
Right. So the worst of it, they hold them back. They're not showing you at the dinner table. They're getting busy passing around the cut up niggas and all that. They getting busy. You know, so we just live in a crazy place now, man. It's hard to find vegetables, man. It took me 2 hours to get an avocado yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was walking around New York looking for avocado, like I was like, where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Like, niggas was looking at me like I was from another planet. Like, you want an avocado? Somebody asked me, what's that? Homeboy got a grocery store where he sells vegetables, and he asked me, what is an avocado? I'm like, oh, my goodness. You gotta be serious. You can't be serious. Like, you don't know what avocado is.
I just had some avocado wraps. Egg rolls just now.
I'm in the supermarket. I asked the dude in the supermarket that manages the produce section, do they have sun-dried tomatoes? He goes and shows me grape tomatoes. I said, no, that's not it. So then he goes and shows me organic big tomatoes. I said, oh, my goodness, this shit crazy. Yo, y'all got steaks in here? He was like, yeah, steaks right there. I'm like, well, you know exactly, you know all the varieties of flesh. But you get confused. Niggas get confused if you ask them about vegetables. It like causes confusion. Like the mental programming starts to shut off and it starts to tweak in their mind. Like we might have to go revisit some of the Matrix movies. Like you start to turn off a switch like vegetable. Let me get an artichoke. You start to see, if you ask them lettuce or tomatoes, they got you. They know exactly lettuce, tomatoes, onion, green pepper. But if you get deep into your bag, hey, you guys got artichokes? Them niggas will look confused in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Artichoke. I'm sorry? No, I'm not. You might be sorry. I need an artichoke. This is the supermarket, right? This is the produce. I need an artichoke. Artichoke?
Oh, man.
Niggas have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, well, where's the manager? Oh, I am the manager. Well, then I need the owner. I need to know where's the sun-dried tomatoes, where's the vegetables at? Oh, we got lettuce right here. We got tomatoes right here.
Not to cut y'all off. But your man Westbrook out, yo.
What's that?
But is he really out healthy, or is that
Westbrook is out. He's out. He tore his meniscus. He's out.
Oh, so it's a wrap. So there is no more OKC. OKC is now LA Lakers.
They ain't that bad. Lakers horrible.
Well, the Lakers were horrible. They get ready to go on vacation.
They on vacation.
Right. So
Dwight Howard quit. He quit.
Dwight Howard's a bum. Is it safe to say that now? Because when I said that before, everybody was like, nah, the team, yada, yada. I was like, no, Dwight Howard is a bum. He don't have no heart.
I ain't gonna call him a bum.
He's a bum, yo.
He's not good for the Lakers. I mean, he's not.
Yo, if you took Tony Parker's heart and put it in Dwight Howard's body, Dwight Howard would be a Hall of Famer. Like, he'd probably be like Will Chamberlain.
You're going too far, brother.
I'm telling you, Shaquille O'Neal never had the muscle tone that Dwight Howard got.
Right there.
But Dwight Howard is a big, fuzzy teddy bear.
Way too much. I didn't even want him in LA though. That's the whole thing.
And y'all said he hurt himself?
I mean, they still had that little
meniscus.
Yeah.
Westbrook tore his meniscus the other night.
Yeah, that means that's lights out.
Yeah.
He lights out. So
questionable for next season.
And Stephen A. Smith went in on Durant. He's like, Durant don't really want to be the man every night. So OKC might be out.
And is the closet the Dwight Howard?
I mean, I'm bringing this up to say that y'all brothers.
So look, this is how we gotta say it. Listen, this is how we gotta say it though. We gotta keep it real. So the way we gotta start to address these brothers is the Dwight Howard is obviously eating flamingo. So Durant is possibly a flamingo eater.
Yeah. Westbrook is a flamingo eater. Westbrook is a flamingo eater.
Ouch. So this may be why my man DJ Flamingo is pushing this whole ostrich movement, because he might have, he might be, affected with Jason Collins and affiliated with this type of movement to encourage the eating of flamingo, to encourage the displacement of natural hormonal flow and natural development to cause confusion.
Are you alluding to, eating the ostrich might cause bird flu?
Yes. I'm saying eating ostrich would definitely throw off your hormones and can cause not only homosexuality, but cancers, tumors, and all kinds of things. See, this is the whole thing with drinking milk. And we've been hearing about not drinking cow's milk for 20, 30, 40 years now. And now, even longer than that. It just hitting our community at that time. But, it was out there since 20s and earlier than that. Stop drinking the milk of other animals because of the hormones. Milk gives instructions to cells. So you don't want to get instructions from another animal for the way your cells should grow. When you take in the flesh and the tissues of other animals, you are also taking in that instruction, just in a different form. So you don't want to ever put your body, you don't ever want to subject your cells to the tissues, the blood, the fluid, the internal instructions of other animals. Now, it just so happens that other animals might be more detrimental than others. Meaning, if I had to go back to eating an animal and I wanted to eat something wild and exotic, I might go eat me a bull. You know what I'm saying? So I could get strong. Or I might go eat me an elephant so I could get smarter. Or a whale. I'm not going to eat no flamingos and ostriches. You see, those are characteristics that even if I took part in the soul diet, I wouldn't even want to bring in those characteristics into my body. I don't need a flamingo. I don't need no flamingo in me. You see what I'm saying? So even with that line of logic, I just, I don't see how that might be appropriate.
So you're saying if you pro-black, you might want to eat a Black Panther?
If you ostriches make you run faster, baby, anything is possible, God damn it.
I'm just trying to get the science.
I don't think there is any science attached to that. But, the brother tried to put forth his argument, stretched it out to 2 radio shows, and then his cowardly act this Sunday, his cowardly act this Sunday by running and hiding, demonstrated it all. He had no science, to begin with, and now he doesn't even have any physical facts to back up the baloney, the theories that he was trying to postulate. So that's just completely rubbish, and it will be addressed as such from here moving forward. And, what we're going to do?
Post on ostrich meat.
Yeah, we need to do a whole series, Ostrich Exposed. Niggas eat flamingos.
So when we I heard we getting ready to open up another bio hub coming soon.
Yes. We are opening up the very, very first stationary non-transit foundational cornerstone biohub in Atlanta, Georgia. We will be breaking soil on that very shortly. Dr. Gabriel was creating the opportunity for a shameless plug for himself as he will be heading up that Center of Health and Holistic Wellness. It will be available on deck 24/7. If you are in the Atlanta area, if you're in the Florida area, if you're in the Alabama area, if you are in South Carolina, if you can even swim to the shores of Georgia, Gabriel will be there to pull you out the water and get you healthy and get you right. I don't even want to speak on the location yet until we lock it in, but we have some very promising locations that we are looking at. But we will definitely have the biohub set up very shortly and be able to service the people down there. All jokes aside, we are looking forward to servicing the people in the South. I lived down there for a number of years myself, and I know that the food poisoning is at an all-time high down there, which is one of the reasons why they was trying their best. Not trying their best. They were successful at running Minister Enqi up out of Georgia. Like, you're not coming down here to get these people off this insulin. We're making billions of dollars. We got the church preachers and the pastors and all that. They're totally in support of diabetes, and we're giving them a few 100,000, a few million. They're going to keep quiet. We're going to keep this diabetes, high blood pressure thing rolling. We're going to keep this cancer thing popping. We're going to keep KFC. So they got certain neighborhoods where you don't even see, like, I don't even know how the restaurants is making money, because you got a McDonald's across the street from a Arby's, across the street from a Wendy's, across the street from a gas station, and the gas station got Subway in it and hot pizza pies in the back, across the street from Little Caesars, around the corner from KFC. And like, yo, who the hell is buying? Like, are y'all niggas selling the food to each other? Like, how are y'all even making a living right here? There's no people to live here. There's only fast food. Like, this is crazy. And people will drive 30, 40, 50 miles to go get them a nice, hot, heaping plate of pork, a nice, big, tall, icy cup of acid and nitrogen. And, you know, we just got to fix it. So we're going to put the foundation down there and, you know, about to do some work on the people.
And are y'all coming down here anytime soon? Bringing the tour to Atlanta? Bringing it to the South? Can you hear me, brother?
We'll be down there the week of We'll be down there the weekend of May 18th. So we will be in the building May 18th and May 19th. I think we're going to Clarkston. So that's going to be crazy. 2 days, and we will be giving the full details at those 2 lectures of where the biohub will be at. We'll be giving y'all Gabriel's business line and all that kind of stuff. So that way, y'all can drive him crazy in the southeast end of this country. And Gabriel is looking forward to that. So we have him on a special regimen right now. He's drinking, you know, anywhere in the neck of the woods of 25 to 40 cups of tea per week, where he's getting his body in shape in order to be able to get the people around him healthy, because this does take a serious toll on your body and your mind, your personal spirit, when you're in the business of healing 24/7. So right now he's doing his thing, getting ready for the people, and people definitely need it. So when we get down there, we're going to blow the roof off that place down there, and it's going to be a beautiful thing.
Most definitely, most definitely. What's going to be the topic of your you and Ali's lectures?
Oh, it's going to be bananas. We're going to deal with the health issue. We're going to deal with we're going to deal with a whole lot of information. I don't even want to expose it. We're going to deal with the different foods. We're going to deal with the fact that we got unhealthy people teaching you how to be healthy. It's going to be bananas.
Okay. So it's just a lot of diversity in the content. All right.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
definitely. What else is going on in the world, Sheen? Anything else you need to inform the people of? Put us on to?
I'm sorry, were you here?
No, anything else that Sheen might want to put us on to in the world of entertainment?
Say it again.
Anything else you might want to put us on to?
Well, man. Yeah, I got
all the major news.
No, ain't nothing else. I'm putting some stuff together for next week.
Okay.
Ain't too much.
Any special announcements, Enqi?
No. We're gonna be in Ohio, and that's looking bananas because they bringing us out there, rolling out the red carpet. Big up Diallo Morgan, Mr. Insight. That's gonna be crazy. He got us on Nation Radio FM out there, like we on syndicated FM radio out there. We doing the college campuses, like we out there looking like Puffy and Mace in the '90s. We looking like Jay-Z and Kanye. We looking like we looking crazy out there. You know what I mean? We looking like Obama and Biden out there. You know what I mean? So I don't know. However you want.
So who buys? Who buys?
Listen, we looking like 50 and Mayweather.
I was rolling with you until that. I'm confused now. What does that mean?
We looking good. We looking like a crispy $100 bill. Looking like keys to a new Bentley. We looking like a winning. Look, we looking like a winning lotto ticket right now. All right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Shout out to Abundance Child.
Most definitely.
Dr. Reverend Phil Valentine for coming through and blessing us. Shout out to Enqi and Dr. Gabriel. Shout out to my man D Block too out in Norristown, man. That's my man. He out there spreading the news crazy out there. He got them going crazy in Norristown, man. But
yeah. We got to get out in Norristown. Maybe make a little stop out there. Big up to the boss lady, Abundance Child Worldwide, Drop Squad Kitchen, Molly's Ice Cream. If you're in the Wilmington area, okay, go to Molly's Ice Cream, all right? And do not make me jack you up, okay? Google search it, Molly's Ice Cream. That is where the finest cheesecake, raw vegan cheesecake in America is created, all right? You have to go there. I'm not sure that you vegan are. Do not go into the vegan spot. All right, I'm in New York right now, and I've been going through New York because I've been giving New York hell, saying ain't no vegan food up here, ain't no vegetarian spots up here. And listen, I have reaffirmed my position. I've been around to some of these spots. They loaded with soy. They loaded with nutritional yeast. They loaded with products that got MSG in it. Like, yo, it's crazy. In fact, some of the spots in Philly, vegetarian spots that got vegan dishes, they loaded with MSG. So we're going to get to it. I'm about to put a bunch of spots on blast. They're going to be upset with Minister Enqi, but it's okay because the people that are getting healthier day by day from listening to what I say and the information that we gather collectively as a team and put out and dispense to the people, they will not be upset with Minister Enqi. But these restaurants will be upset because they say they're vegetarian and they're not really vegetarian because you're not really selling that much vegetation. Okay, you're selling people plastic flavored with MSG, and I'm going to deal with you.
Shout out to Maul, too. Maul Money, baby.
Yes, Maul right now is listening to us. He just sent me a text. He's listening to the show. He's loving it, sipping on the coconut water. And let me tell y'all, that's how I stay hydrated this whole NY trip. If you don't know, every Friday or every 2 Fridays, Whole Foods Supermarket be having these crazy sales. So they got the real water coconut water in there. And real water coconut water really tastes like a cut open coconut, like as close as you can get. And they had the wild sale in there. Them joints was $1. I just loaded up. Took me a bag of them joints on motherfucking train. And so I've been coconut watered out of my brain right now, like. So that's been the staple of my whole diet the last 4 days. Like I've just been drinking coconut water, eating dates, apples, and that's it. I can't even find my avocados to create the minister salad. So the minister salad is not happening. If you want a minister salad, go to Drop Squad Kitchen. I can't even get a minister salad in New York. Cats don't know about what avocado is. It's crazy.
Yo, we got like 400 people in the call queue. If we could bring in maybe one of them,
let's bring them in. Let's see if anybody wants to call Flamingo. Let's bring them in.
Sure. Calling from the 717. You in the building? 717. All right.
Okay, 717. Trying to every
don't have anything to say. But yeah, tell them where they can get that minister salad. I'm gonna bring somebody else in while you tell them where they can get that.
I mean, they got to go to the Drop Squad Kitchen. They got to go to the Molly's Ice Cream. Pull that up on your website. Okay, everything in Molly's is available for eaters of all levels. So I don't want y'all to think that it's just vegan, vegetarian, raw food in there. All right, if you're still looking for a nice, juicy animal to sink your teeth into, you can find it there. If you're looking for regular milk ice cream, you can find it there. If you're looking for transitional food, meaning you're not ready to go raw, you're not that crazy yet, you're not that outrageous yet, you're not that serious about living yet, you can get the transitional. Okay, there are all types of vegan or vegetarian platters there to accompany you. There's ice cream in the building, so you can get different type of ice cream. You can get you some coconut, some soy, there's every level of diet that you're looking to address. You will find the tastiest, scintillatingest meal at the Drop Squad Kitchen. That is in Wilmington, Delaware.
No doubt. Let me see if we can get somebody else in here. Caller, are you on the line? Hello, caller?
It looks like they just saying, but did
they say something? I guess
like
not.
they
Let me try
wanted to say something. But
yeah,
they did.
Let me try one more. Hold on 1 second.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? Well, I wonder where you are. Hello? Peace, hear me? Oh, yes, we do.
Oh, damn, I've been waiting for a while, man. I want to say something.
Anything to cut off my singing, right?
No, man. You see, you had like 400 calls, so I said, damn, I ain't going to get on it tonight because I hung up. I'm back in because I had to put my take on this basketball thing, especially with New York Knicks. I was disappointed that they lost that game yesterday. Well, I'm going to make a point. When you're a basketball team, regardless of how much experience you have, you're supposed to go in there and close out so we could take you seriously. You up there let Boston beat you in Boston, which you already beat them at their home court. You should have swept them and move on. That game I didn't watch personally, and the game was tough. Before I was looking at the highlights, I said this is one of the games that convinced me from what y'all guys talk about. Everybody's a Knicks fan, and I like the Knicks too, that there will be a serious team that they could probably put a fight. When they lost that game, it made me feel this way and say, yo, these are the games out here that show that, you're not serious. You know what I'm saying? Because Miami already swept an easy team. So now if you come in there and you get this far to play them, they're going to look at you as a joke. And you didn't have J.R. Smith because J.R. Smith was a fool to get suspended. But regardless of you playing or not, you still should close out. I mean, that's my opinion, guys. I mean, I don't know if y'all, Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, heard what I said?
Oh, yeah. I'm in complete agreement with you. I mean, as a professional athlete, you got to be focused on another level.
Yeah. I mean,
and that
really,
comes out in the performance, the mental concentration, your physical training, you know, and the shows.
Yeah, very shows. I mean, and the funny thing, because, you know, everybody's not going to have a good night, but at times when you're supposed to send a message, say, so everybody needs to come look at it and say, yo, you see what we did? We took Boston regardless of what they had, and we just destroyed them. So we let it
But see, you know what might be going on? This whole eating ostrich thing might be more widespread than we think. So there might be a lot more people that are eating ostrich and flamingo than we even know about. So we have to watch out, and we have to try to spread the word as much as possible. We have to try to tell people, listen, I don't know what you've been doing. Put the ostrich down. Call Minister Enqi. Get to the Amber Institute immediately. Like, we may have to get a car service together. We may have to get our own versions of ambulances. Like, if we see you with ostrich, we just tie you up, throw you in the back of the ambulance, and get some herbs into your mouth immediately.
Quickly. Remember, just don't get it. Just shove it in them, like, force it down, the tube. Make it work. You know what I'm saying? So it's for your good, my people. And but with the you know, and I think because they got money, yeah, they probably are eating some type of ostrich because shit. Since that guy was talking about it last week, I said, hold on, black people eat ostrich, bro? I heard about ostrich. Me, bro? I mean, this was listen, this is a cannibalism. You know, now I ain't gonna say I eat meat, so I can't really say for the next one, but this is cannibalism to the all-time high.
That's right.
Really?
That's right. And we're starting to get, we're really starting to adapt that European way of thinking where we think just because it's not commonly eaten that it might be good. So the same way Europeans have different places where you can get chocolate-covered roaches, you can get snails, you can get, you know, all of these things that are, these things are considered to be exotic. Now we eating ostrich and flamingo and, you know, vulture ass and, you know what I mean? Just, you know, all kind of weird things that are just like, you know, I don't need to drink skunk juice. Like, okay, well, I'm drinking skunk juice now. Yeah, y'all ain't had no skunk juice. Okay, I don't want no skunk juice. Yeah, but you ain't had none before. No, I don't want any skunk juice. Yeah, but you ain't never had it before. Like, what's going on right now? So it's just crazy right now, the dynamic we entering into.
This is some scary shit going on here, man. And the funny thing, even with that basketball player that just came out gay, it's not surprising now. It's a trend now they all coming out the woodworks now. They're saying shit. So ball passing me love stuff. I could probably come out gay now. Ain't no problem. It's the norm now. You know what I'm saying? What's up? You know what I'm saying? He just came up there and said, yo, I'm just gay. And the person, obviously the person, he gonna call and say, I'm proud of you, son. You know what I'm saying? I felt such a long one time, man. You know, I had that same feeling, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people out there know that, you know, I had to kill some people to let nobody know I'm gay. But I'm going to tell you, before my term's over, I'm going to come out and say I am gay. And the people going to say
Let me say this.
Go ahead,
I think there's a big difference because I know there's some people that's going to send me some email and say, well, Minister Enqi, I don't think that was responsible because, listen, there's a big difference between saying something that would be gay bashing in its proper sense than saying, as a man, I am not going to be getting naked in front of another man that's a homosexual. Because that's the biggest issue when you think about in certain areas of sports. Like I said, if this was race car driving or this was golf, it might not be as big of an issue to me. But if we got to be in a locker room and we taking group showers and people walking around naked and all that, you know, you got to get up out of here, family. Like, you got to have your own private space. You know, they got to create they got to create new locker rooms for them folks. You know, they got to have new locker rooms for them folks. You can't be in here if, you know, we on a different page. You know what I mean? Because when you an athlete, right?
Yep.
Depending on the sport that you in, you compare bodies and you stay competitive with your teammates with a healthy sort of conversation that to the general public might seem a little crazy out the gate anyway. But once you add somebody in the mix, that's just don't work like that. Because if I come in the locker room and somebody like, yo, son, you must have really been working on your legs. Like, yo, son, your glutes looking crazy, your hamstrings look like, what have you been doing? That's a regular conversation. But now, if you moving in that kind of direction, that might be a fight right there. Like, it might have to go in right there. Like, what are you talking about, man? My hamstring, like, what?
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? It got to that now. Because
how we gonna warm up in the how we gonna warm up in practice when there's group stretches? You know what I'm saying? Like, how we gonna warm up like that? Like, is this a whole new dynamic being introduced right now? Where I don't know, man. We just got to figure out what we're going to do.
And the point thing goes back in your head and say, damn, I wonder when I'm doing my stretches, I wonder if this guy's looking behind me, getting up roused or something. You know what I'm saying?
My whole mind is going to say, yo, I wonder did he eat flamingo for lunch? Because obviously it's something that he's eating that's throwing off his hormone production, and not only his hormone production, his thinking, to make him think that was a good thing for him to put his face on. Like, yeah, hurry up, put your face on this. Be the first one before you retire. Hurry up, lock this down. Like, dude, this is not a championship ring you chasing. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Retire and go about your business. Have all the parties that you've been wanting to have in your private business, bro. That has no place in basketball. There's no reason that you had to introduce that to the public consciousness that you've been getting crazy all this time on the low.
Yeah. So it's like, it makes it like what you want to win a medal. What you're trying, what your intention is coming out saying that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even with Tamari, and I followed Tamari years ago when he brought that up, and then the NBA decided to let him go, which is fine. But at times it was a reality. You know what I'm saying? And at times some dudes, you know what I'm saying, it's out there, but at times it was always in the quiet. But now for somebody like him to come out, the woodwork to come out and say, yo, I'm good, you know. What's trying to say?
Well, listen. Yeah. We gotta get back to some heavy testosterone conversation. All right, we're gonna let intellectual Flamingo handle all that type of conversation on his radio show. They serving up complimentary oxygen Flamingo at his meeting where everybody can come and have a little taste of oxygen Flamingo. Here we're gonna have to get it back into some testosterone, some testosteronism, some good old fashioned male chauvinism.
Yeah, good.
So, did you have any other questions, comments, Dr. Gabriel? You still in the building? Sheen, you in the building?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so anything else? Matter of fact, where you calling from, caller? What state you in?
Actually, I got a new caller in the queue. Caller, you there? That's my bad, Enqi.
Okay, so we got a new caller in the queue. Okay. Peace. All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I just had to unmute myself. I've been in the queue for a minute. What's up?
Hey, that's what to have. Honest, I just tried to put you in the button.
I think you're talking about me, but I'm not sure. Yeah, this was a great show tonight, y'all. Good job.
Good thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Word.
It was a good show. I liked all the shout-outs to the Drop Squad Kitchen.
Well, let me ask you, since we do have you on the show right now, even though you are the boss, I can't let you just come up in here and think you could roll up in here and escape like that. So let me just ask you one quick question, then you can roll out. Is there any promise of serving Flamingo at the Drop Squad Kitchen?
Absolutely not. We don't do no soulitarian cuisine. We are strictly vegan, unapologetically healthy over here at the Drop Squad Kitchen. That's why we call the Drop Squad. We drop in on your squad. Now I'm playing.
Oh, man. Well, thank you for giving us the room and board and the support so we could get our message out to the people.
Yeah, I mean, brother's going hard. Like, he's posting in the Wholistic Radio. He's posting in Abundance Network. Now he's hitting people on, like, so what's next, human compost? I'm like, man, that ain't nothing new. You know what I mean? People have been composting forever. Like, we are a clean people. We know where we're supposed to defecate and where we're supposed to drink from. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal. What's going to happen is that they're going to wait till these, Europeans have been doing it. I remember when I worked for the Girl Scouts, they turned all their camps into green camps, and one of the requirements for sustainability at those camps was composting toilets and things like this. Dude is going way out of...
Well, I think the whole thing we need to do now is collectively make sure that anytime Intellectual Flamingo is posting, A, we got to address him as Flamingo, but B, we have to just stay vigilant and tell him to take the test. Take the test. Okay, he is now officially Manny Pacquiao, and that's what we want to see from him. We don't want to hear no more lip service. Take the test. Take the test. Give us the diagnostic. Let's see the result that the flamingos and the wild beavers and the wild, squirrel asses and all that y'all been chomping down on. Let's see the results of this on your health. They got to be, because ain't nothing else running wild in Brooklyn. So he's eating wild exotic game that he catches in Brooklyn. So he can't be getting nothing else out there in Brooklyn.
He's going to Whole Foods. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Or Fresh Grocer. Nobody getting all that kind of stuff. Let's just be real. But yeah, keep doing your thing, Minister Enqi, Dr. Gabriel. Excellent job. Drop Squad Kitchen, y'all be loving all my posts on Instagram and Facebook. I see it. I see the posts going viral. I am so inspired by the stuff that these brothers are doing. So that's where my inspiration comes from, because people be asking me where I be coming up with this stuff. I mean, it's called the Minister Special for a reason. So all that is they were, cleansing and doing the fruit thing, and brothers need to eat. So that's where, that came up with. And so I just took it and put it on the menu. And I'm going to continue to do those types of things. We got all types of things.
We might have to bring you in for an interview. We have to bring the boss lady in for an interview. So look forward to that. One of these shows, we're going to get up close and personal with Abundance Child. All right, that's going to be exclusive right here.
Keep dreaming.
Live at Wholistic University, where real life happens.
Can I give a plug out? We got Kamal Campbell this week on Abundance Child Worldwide, and next week Dick Gregory's in the building.
Wait a minute. Let me just stop you right there for a second. I just got to, all right, I'm not going to keep digging up Abundance, okay, because it might be getting too crazy, but listen. Abundance is the boss, and she just asked us if she could give a plug. That just speaks to her humility right there, so that's fly right there. If she could give as many plugs as she wants. This whole show is an Abundance plug. When I get to tell people, hello, check my show on the new network, it says blog.com/Abundance Child. This is like a 3-hour Abundance plug. But yeah, so that just speaks to her humbleness to be able to come on and ask us if she can give a plug on our show.
All right,
but yeah, we definitely will be tuned in, tapped in, called in, all that for Dick Gregory. We're definitely going to be looking for the family this Thursday night, because that's leading into the big extravaganza, which Minister Enqi will be teaching that live this weekend. On emergency holistic health care, because we know about the herbs and the losing the weight and the illnesses and things of that nature, and getting into the preventative aspect of everything. But what we don't really have enough information on is what happens when your child falls down the steps and comes up the steps with like a 2-inch gash in the forehead. Like, what should we do? What happens when you
go to Wholistic University?
Yeah. So, actually, parents, you should enroll in the university so that you'll be better prepared. But I will be live at the conference this weekend. It's a play Friday night, and there's a live conference with the workshops. And all of that information, because I can read all your minds. Well, Minister Enqi, why you ain't tell us the address? Because I'm cross-marketing Thursday night show, hint, hint, wink, wink. So in order to get more details, you have to tune in Thursday night from blogtalkradio.com/Abundance Child. You can call the same number that you called in tonight, and you'll get all the details. Or you can log into the same website you logged in tonight, and you'll get all the details. But the key is that you must plug in Thursday night.
That sounds like it's going to be a lot of information going on that one.
Oh, it's going to be bananas. Big up Mama Koso. I tried to get Mama Koso alive for y'all tonight, but she couldn't make it. She actually had a private class that she does tonight. So instead, Abundance came to our rescue, brought y'all Phil Valentine, rare form, and that's it. Sheen came through with the street hop at 9 o'clock. I think today was a classical street hop. And that's it. We in the best shape of our life. We up and coming. We on the rise. You know, I told y'all already. I put my numbers up on Facebook so y'all can see them. I don't play no games. You know what I mean? When I do Blog Talk Radio, we're going to get it to 18,000, 20,000, 25,000, 30,000 downloads. Cause that's how we living out here. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget to shout out the mixtape.
The mixtape is coming. That's right. The mixtape is coming May 8th. It will be available. A video will go up very shortly. Just give y'all a little taste. But the bio graffiti, okay, the bio graffiti of Revolution or Revolution is coming soon, featuring tracks from Minister FDP, Nairobi Salah, and many more. So that's going to be incredible. Big up King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring, Myers Lansky, for stopping through on the CD. We'll have a track from him and interview, and so it's going to be some big things going down. We're getting ready to change the way people think and live, and it's going to be a lot bigger than what people think. We're already having a large effect on people because a lot of people that were dealing with health, but they were also dealing with 1,000 other things. So you know how that saying goes, jack of all trades, ace of none. You know, now they're coming back around to try to deal with some health information because they want to make $5 or $6 at it. But, you know, this is what I do 24/7. I'm looking like Floyd Mayweather out here, undefeated. You know, we see what happened to Intellectual Flamingo. He tried to run up on the best, and he failed the conquest. So big up to Intellectual Flamingo for allowing me to beat him to a pulp. And that's how we moving.
Indeed. Spoken like a true champion.
Take the test.
Make sure you visit holisticuniversity.co for more information. Enroll.
That's right. Learn how to heal yourself, your family, your loved ones, those around you. Do not depend on Minister Enqi. Do not depend on Dr. Ali Muhammad. Enroll so you can take the courses, get the certifications, and then go on and get a degree. Don't play with that. Yes. Get you a bachelor's degree. Get you a master's degree in holistic sciences. Don't play with this.
And we're bringing out to the students a way that they can really take part in what we're doing, because we actually want our students to open up their own centers as well. So
that's right. So the students, as we start to open up the centers around the country, the students as they graduate will be able to actually work intern in the centers, and once they do their due diligence, obviously they'll be able to run centers or open their own centers. So it's a lot bigger than just healing people. You know, it's going to be a whole nother dynamic. to what it is that we're doing.
WHOLISTIC university.co.
Yep. So I'm signing off. I'm getting up out of here.
Sure indeed.
Time for me to run. You know what I mean? I got books to read.
Hey, what we doing next week? What we gonna bring to the people?
Besides continuing to reign terror on DJ Flamingo and the Flamingo Posse, grinding. Nah, I mean, I got the conference this weekend, and then next weekend I got we out in Ohio, and after that we out in Atlanta. So you know, we grinding.
Okay, most definitely. I think I'm gonna bring some surprise information next week, dealing with the Yoruba, ancient Moorish medicine, and dealing with the chakras from the African perspective. We may touch on some of those topics.
All right, let's do it. So we'll see y'all next week.
One.
Peace. Big shout out to DJ Flamingo.